Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however and wherever and whenever you may be watching. I always say like a bunch of different things as part of our intro, but welcome to episode 56, right? 56? I believe. We never know. Of the We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports Podcast. This is going to be our last in-person podcast probably for a little while. For like a month or so. It won't be that long, but we're still going to have podcasts because there's going to be a lot of sports, a lot of news, a lot of breaking news, a lot of outcomes.
Pirates news.
Yeah,
a lot of Ben Sherrington news.
A lot of outcomes regarding the Pittsburgh Pirates and regarding college football and the NFL playoffs. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Follow our social medias. The handles are in the description. But we have to start this episode off, we have to introduce our very special guest.
They know who I am. You don't have to introduce.
No introduction needed.
The most known guest in the history of the We Are Family Pittsburgh Sports Podcast just came in from the beaches of Florida. Where in Florida is the winter meeting?
Orlando,
Florida.
Yeah. Did you catch a Magic's game?
I did late at night because I didn't do really anything when I was there.
Wow.
Being quite honest.
He was on the beaches. He was on the beaches with Sherrington. Really didn't do a whole lot. But Brian Cashman, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Cashman, welcome to Pittsburgh.
Sherrington, we got to give him credit. There was reports that it was raining at the winter meetings. He's running across everything in the rain. He's trying to get to the phones. To call up, he was trying to call up Kyle Schwarber.
Does he have his phone himself?
Well, I think he knew.
No, you can't do it in the rain. He has to get inside. He was in the rain. He had to get inside, make some calls to Kyle Schwarber and his reps. Pete Alonso, but swing and miss on both accounts. But it wasn't going to happen anyway.
I think what happened was he knew the accusations that he was just laying out on the beach shirtless, and just having a good time. So what he did this year was he brought his phone out with him out with him to the beach and made some calls, and he was like, I'm going to make a pretty lame offer to Kyle Schwarber.
It wasn't a lame offer.
It was a year left.
It was a good offer on paper,
You're
but
being disrespectful.
You had to know. Here's the thing. No, you had to know.
No, come on.
If the Pirates were actually interested in Kyle Schwarber, you would have had to know that you would have had to match whatever the Phillies offer and probably give more.
They didn't know the Philly. They submitted the offer before Philly did.
It doesn't matter.
Philly want the other.
It was a PR move.
Philly added the extra year. I think the Pirates were actually trying to get him. I really do.
I think you're being very pessimistic. Very
at the time, it was projected that he was going to get $25 million a year, and then the Pirates offered him $30, and then Phillies just offered him another year. That's just how it went. So.
And it's tough to get a guy to leave his team.
If the Pirates really, really wanted to get him, they just don't here's an offer. I just don't think they were that serious about it. I think it was just a PR
$30 million a year. I think that's a serious.
What are your sources telling
That's
you?
That's a lot of money.
But you also have to consider the Pirates weren't going to give him 5 years. That's just not. That's you're getting the back half of that is going to be horrible.
I don't think he was worth 5 years.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the back half, in
say
3 years it might be.
So say the Pirates gave him 5 years. Are you sitting here not happy? I mean,
if they matched what the Phillies did, then I'd have more respect for. I don't know what they're. I don't trust
free agency,
their intentions.
People got to one up each other. I mean, that's how it works. So.
I don't trust their intentions. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just won't until I'm proven wrong. Until they actually do stuff.
Well,
I'm not going to be.
It's early in the off season. Winter meetings just happened.
Right.
Kyle Tucker's still out there.
Wow, Pirates are not in the Kyle Tucker market. That's just not. That would financially bankrupt.
Here's the thing, though. I think someone's gonna. I don't think he's worth what everyone's saying. Look what he did in the second half of last year. Absolutely nothing.
He didn't have the greatest of year before free agent seasons. Even though he's capable of being a top outfielder. He's
still going to get $400 million. How did he earn $400 million after that second half performance last year?
There's teams down bad enough to do it.
Yeah.
Every offseason there is.
There's a lot of teams that got to make some moves here. Yeah. Yankees got to make some moves.
Well, tell us a little bit about your trip, Cashman, other than the fact that you were laying on the beach for most of the time.
We're still trying to re-sign Cody Bellinger. We know the Sherringtons on that. They've been interested.
Really?
Yeah,
technically, they've been saying it's a good fit for the Pirates. I don't know.
So
we're in on everybody, actually.
Yeah, they're actually in on everybody. But I think our main priority this offseason is getting Kyle Tucker. and it's going to
Wow.
cost a lot of money for us. $400
Yeah, because
million.
there haven't been any Yankees rumors at all, which is rare.
Very rare especially during the winter meetings, for me not to be in the news. But maybe something different this year will provide a different outcome at the end of the season for us.
But honestly, I kind of agree with it because you don't want to every year. You don't want to make like 500 moves every single year. You need to build a team that's together for a couple years. That's the only way.
You want to make 1 or 2 moves,
right.
Yeah.
Well, you get Cole
Not
back,
10.
right? You
Yeah.
hopefully get Cole back.
Getting Cole back is kind of free agency in its own self. I mean, because we didn't have him for an entire season.
You got to get a consistent bat that can put the ball in play.
We got outclassed by Toronto in the playoffs. They were clearly the better team throughout the whole entire.
They could have won it all even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shame in that, honestly. But it was if you just lost,
They got
they
outclassed.
kind of body bagged
Yeah,
the
they
Yankees.
did. They outplayed us.
You were
so.
very confident going into that
I was.
series.
A little
So
too
I mean, a lot
I
of
hope
people
you did
were,
some
though.
soul searching.
Oh, I did. Yeah, Boone did too.
Yeah, well, you were sleeping on the street a little bit. You were sleeping.
Want
in
to
the
talk about that?
We don't have to talk about it.
I mean, it's really it's a charitable thing. But
Yeah, they say it's
you
for charity.
created, as you would call, a meme. What is going on? Do you go on your phone? Why did you call it a meme? It's called a meme.
A lot of adults also call it a meme. I've heard that as well.
Why are you such a boomer?
Listen, let me get my good sleep on the road, on the streets of New York.
He was sleep deprived. He was sleeping on the street.
Yeah.
I give him a pass.
He didn't.
Wouldn't
see,
you
he
be
didn't see
sleep
the
deprived
ESPN.
if you had Kyle Tucker calling you every 5 seconds, want an extra $400 million? Come on.
I don't know.
So
It's gonna be.
it's really rough in his $25 million.
You're gonna have to. I hear.
$50 million
I hear
house.
that team in Los Angeles. Is in on one Kyle Tucker as well, and
If they that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
well,
I don't know,
Dude, they now they got Edwin Diaz.
But I will
was their
say,
that
there's a
was their
lot of
biggest
people
issues.
that no longer want to go to the Dodgers because they want to win somewhere else. Especially a lot of the guys from overseas. There's people from Japan. They're like, I don't want to follow all my peers. I kind of want to go to another team and beat these guys.
my own legacy kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
a couple of the Japanese players, the Buccos were in on, and they said they don't want to be on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They don't want to play with other Japanese players too. They were saying, some of them, because they want to ingratiate themselves with America or whatever in England.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
But
beautiful.
yeah, there you go.
Spacious sky.
There you go. So, a lot of moving parts right now. They're saying it's going to be another slow-moving off season. What else is new in baseball? And we'll just have to see. The big priority, obviously, for the Pirates, re-signing Tommy Pham. That's priority number 1. Priority number 2 is to land Kyle Tucker.
Well,
No.
they did make one move. They got Gregory Soto, a left-handed, as Brian Cashman is making some doing some text right now.
Texting with
some
Scott
free
Boras.
agents.
He's texting
Yeah.
with Boras right now.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
what
gonna.
was I saying? Gregory Soto. The Pirates had 1 or 2 left-handed pitchers on their roster.
That's a good addition.
So I think
Yeah.
he's a strikeout merchant, and he's great against lefties. Can he be a little erratic? Do I trust him in big spots? No, but is he a decent pitcher to add?
Well,
for $7 million, I think it's
Yeah.
fine.
He's
Absolutely.
improved his control issues a little bit over the years. Less strikeouts, actually, more ground balls for him.
But overall,
And-
he's known for being a strikeout guy. I feel
Yeah.
like.
yeah.
If you look at his
You need
career.
strikeout guys in the postseason,
Mm-hmm.
especially when base running becomes so important.
Playoffs.
Well, that's what
Hey.
the Pirates need to do this
Yeah,
year.
that is
Some people are saying, but it's still way too early. We got to fix this offense. They were saying Pirates are in on at least 2 bats. They want to get at least 2 bats.
Name
to start.
3.
Did you guys see they're in on something bigger than Kyle Schwarber? Did you see that?
I did not see that at all.
That would be
Bigger
Kyle
than-
Tucker.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise,
that'd be
Yeah.
or Bichette. That would
wouldn't
be the
surprise
only
me
two.
because Ben Cherington, he's that dude this off. He flipped the switch this offseason.
Look, you guys are jumping the gun as far as the Pirates. They could say all this stuff about making offers. Oh, we're trying, we're doing this. The Orioles, they actually did something. They signed Pete Alonso.
But
no
they were
one expected
desperate.
that.
Yeah.
No,
I think
they
the
were in on the
Orioles-
whole
but
The Orioles are not going to be
The
anything.
Orioles are a small market, just like the Pittsburgh
but
Pirates.
they
The
needed
Orioles,
a first-
So-
but the Orioles pitching is still going to be disastrous. They just gave up Grayson
I'm not talking
Rodriguez.
about their team. I'm just talking
Yeah.
about what they did financially. And until there are financial improvements made to the team, I am not believing suddenly believing that the front office and the owner cares about making this team better, because I think what's ultimately is going to happen.
They got Soto.
All the free agents, they're going to make these fake
We got
offers.
Soto.
They're going to make these fake offers, not fake, but like half-ass offers that they know really aren't going to happen. And then
they offered a real
Ben
deal to
Sherrington-
Schwarber.
Let me
They
finish.
really did.
Let me
Yeah.
finish. Then Ben Sherrington is going to make some bad trades. He's going to overpay for Brandon Lau or whatever.
I think you're
And-
just
But at
being
the end of
negative.
if you're overpaying with prospects,
the
at this
payroll
point.
is still going to be around $85 million, and you cannot
don't know
compete
that.
that. I think I do. Because
You're
that's
just
what was
saying
said. That was what was said at the beginning of the
Well,
offseason.
well, honestly,
that they are
things
not
have
going to
changed.
increase
But-
the
but I
payroll.
will
You're,
say
just
this,
being,
though.
you're being way too negative.
Well, I will
right
say though,
Yeah.
I think the Pirates. I think, in my opinion, their number one priority was probably going to be Ketel Marte before he's like, nah,
No
I don't
trade.
want.
How
Like
about that?
honestly, like
How
I
about
think
that?
the Pirates would have really tried, because they're going to be able to beat teams with trade offers rather than with free agent offers with money. So I think they would have been all in on Ketel Marte had he not say,
Ketel
hey, that's one of the
Marte,
teams I don't want to
You're
go.
coming to Pittsburgh.
I
Whether you
think-
like it
I
or
think
not.
Spencer Horwitz is a fine first baseman. I don't think you guys need to spend all that money on him.
The
honestly.
Pirates just need a. Again,
They need a
I know I'm going to
right-handed
say it
bat.
again,
But
they
they
need
need
to move Bart to first
Yeah.
because he hits 300 against lefties, and
I
Horwitz
think
can't hit.
we
lefties.
might be done with Bart. I'm kind of like that season, and I'm a
Yeah,
big
but
Bart
like
guy.
he was horrible against righties, but he once again did very well against lefties. So I kind of want to. If he's gonna have the most impact against lefties, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'd love to see like if the Pirates get like a Yandy Diaz or something
That
like
would
that,
be
that would
nice,
be
yeah.
tremendous.
That would be nice.
Now any trades with the Rays,
I mean, who's
especially
the
with
Pirates? Who's playing third base this year for the Pirates?
That's,
As of
that's,
now, no
that's
one.
what that's my thing.
Jared
Like,
Triolo.
That
Triolo
should
is
be
the
their
only-
number one focus.
Is Suarez? Is he? I know he's.
Oh yeah, they've been in on CA.
I know he's older.
I don't want it. Like
40
that's the only bat I don't want.
49 home runs. I mean,
Yeah, I have a bad feel. He's going to be Santander 2.0, where he hit
Yeah.
a lot of home runs the year before his free agency, but
But
couldn't
he's
hit
been
for
doing this for the
contact.
last 5. He's had 30 or more homers the last 4.
Yeah,
out
but there are a lot of
5
times where he's
years.
hitting under 200. Like
That is true.
and he's coming off a season where he got on base less than a 300 clip. We can't
I mean,
get it. We can't get another hitter that strikes out
at
almost
the right
200
price,
times.
I think you can though.
If it's
the right price, and not
nobody
if it's
signs
give
him,
him like
if
a
it's
5-year contract.
If it's under $15 million a year for 2 to 3 years, yes,
Wow.
I would
Well,
do it.
that's not
but that's
happening with
not
Suarez,
happening.
yeah.
But I'm not giving him $20 million a year.
Well,
That's just,
and the issue too is left field at PNC Park is not some of the
Yeah.
places. Well, obviously, when he's been in Seattle, he struggled. Because that's not a ballpark conducive to home run.
I'm nervous about his decline. I really think
Yeah.
it's going to be tough,
Well, the
especially after.
Look, the Pirates. I don't care who we're talking about. They got to take swings. They got to spend money to be
Yeah, I
serious.
mean, this
I'm
is your
sorry.
window. Your
making
window
these
is right now.
trying to
Yeah.
win a trade and making these groovy trades.
Yeah, I mean-
is it gonna?
Yeah.
That's
no,
not gonna be
I have
enough.
no problem with the Pirates overpaying, assuming they're overpaying with prospects.
That's what free
aside from
agency
Connor
is.
Griffin.
Overpaying. That's what
Yeah.
it is. If you want your guy, you're gonna have to overpay because there's 30
No.
other teams that want.
The most
Yeah.
recent rumors, the biggest rumors right now regarding the Pirates is about who I mentioned, Brandon Lau, and I like Brandon Lau. But do I think do I want the Jarrington trading with the Rays? No. Do I think he'll overpay for a 30-plus-year-old
we can
second
overpay.
baseman?
We can overpay.
Well, it depends what the Rays want. If
We're
they're
gonna
if
overpay
they're
him.
going to go into a deep rebuild and they want
Overpay in free agency, not in trade.
yeah, but if the Rays are going to go in a deep rebuild and they want younger prospects, then I don't care if the Pirates overpay, assuming it's not Connor
I was watching
Griffin.
MLB Network. There was a rumor the Rays want Ketel Marte. So are the Rays really rebuilding, or are they just?
Well,
I don't know.
The Rays-
I don't know.
the
That's what I'm saying.
The
It
Rays
depends
are an
what they want.
interesting team. Like they can make them look like they're rebuilding, but they can be competitive the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it depends what their motive is, because they could be asking for Mike Burrows.
Well, my
genuinely.
thing with Brandon Lau, I am concerned about overpaying and the fact that he's getting up there in age. But my main thing is, why are we so focused on second base? Because to me, the biggest holes on this team are a right-handed first
We
baseman.
need hitters.
We
Yeah,
don't have a
doesn't matter.
third
You need
baseman.
hitters.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me finish. We don't have a third baseman. We need probably at least 1 or 2 corner outfielders, right? Second base, I like Nicky G. I think he's very serviceable. Now, as a 7, 8, 9 hitter, yes.
Yeah.
But, like,
Play him at
we need to
short.
be focusing on third, corner outfield, first base, and maybe shortstop. I was saying this to Jake Bell. Here's a crazy idea. in the world that the Pirates are actually going to spend money, that like they're saying that they are, right? That the rumors are saying they're in on everybody. What I would do, because I don't think Don Kelly is an O'Neal Cruz fan.
Yeah.
I would sign Bo Bichette, put him at short, move Connor Griffin to center field, trade O'Neal Cruz. That's what I would do. Because
assuming Connor Griffin, if he makes the opening day roster and he just is a stud, but you have to make sure you can't rush him. Bichette. But at the same time, if he does very well,
I love
O'Neal
Bichette.
Cruz.
He had the bad year the year before this year. I don't know.
But that's an outlier, though.
Well, I mean,
and he puts the ball in
Peyton was
play.
saying
So the
it.
Pirates
And he's
need-
young.
You were
yeah.
saying it earlier, Nate. You got to take swings.
Yeah.
There's
You gotta
going to be
take
risk.
chances.
And Bo Bichette, he puts the ball in play a ton. He's a guy that he's someone you could put at the top of your order that's going to flirt with 180, 190 hits every
And
single year.
I'm just done with Cruz. He's not part of the winning
It's
culture
just
if we're going to have that here.
The Pirates need 9 guys on the field that are determined to win, and you can't have one day O'Neal Cruz doesn't care and half
Right.
goes for a fly ball and or
pay-
lackadaisically swings at a curveball in the dirt. You can't have that.
If you pay Bichette, you're not doing anything else. That's like the thing. Like,
I mean-
it's not like there's nothing else that's happening.
Well, you could get
You make
Bichette,
trades.
you could trade Keller, and then
Right.
all of a sudden you free about $15 million more.
Now
that
that you
could
bring up
use.
Griffin, would you want to offer him like a 10-year contract right now before his first major league
I
game?
mean, the Orioles did
I
that.
would. If
with a
you
lot
could,
of
if
guys.
you're getting like, assuming that you don't have to pay him 10 to 15 million until the next season, absolutely, 100%.
Because if he has one great year,
yeah, he's gonna be worth he could be worth
that's like
400 million.
Yeah, I mean, at that age,
if he's great as a rookie, yeah, the Pirates won't be able to pay
and if
him.
he's
No,
great as a
exactly.
rookie, he's gonna wait to hit free agency.
Oh, yeah.
Get his
They'd
top
be
dollar.
smart
Yeah.
to extend him now, but
Yeah.
the Pirates aren't known for being smart. Let's just say that. So
Well,
You didn't have to add
what they
I think it needs to be
but what they
added.
might do, they could do what happened to Corbin Carroll. I hope that they would call Griffin up sooner. But they could wait till like August, September to play him. He plays 30 games, does decent, and then they extend him for however much. And Carroll right now is playing a lot better than his contract is. I would hope the Pirates call Griffin up before, but if they don't and he's not ready until then I could see that as a
This
possibility.
is what I do.
I think Griffin should be on the open day roster. I really do.
I do, but he's a guy you cannot
If you're all
have,
in.
like yeah,
but
but like,
I mean, who are you gonna get in the
they're
infield?
never
Right.
truly all
Who are you gonna
in.
get in the infield?
But the thing is, like, if you rush Connor Griffin and he sucks, like that's a guy you can't mess up. He needs to be a top player.
I
in
don't think
baseball.
he's somebody who like would let that get to his head.
I
too
don't think so.
much,
But like, who
We
knows?
really
Like,
don't
it's
know
just,
until you're on and
Right.
that's the risk you take. But
Yeah.
the way everyone's talking about this kid, you have to take that chance. I feel
guys,
like.
right.
Here's what you do: sign Bo Bichette, sign Bregman. Okay,
Oh.
hear me out.
Oh.
Hear me out.
Sign Kyle Tucker
Sign
too
Kyle
while you're
Tucker.
at it.
Sign Kyle Tucker. Re-sign Tommy Pham.
I mean,
yeah.
if
You guys, is Pham? Is he running it back or what?
We're
you guys-
running
if he is your
I haven't heard
fourth,
anything
if he
about
is your
him.
fourth outfielder,
I'm running it back.
sure. But if he's gonna play 150 games, no.
No.
I think like that guy has attitude in the clubhouse.
I like
Like,
it.
I thought
yeah.
he brought
he
some
grew
good energy.
on us. He grew
Yeah.
on
No,
us.
he
I
grew
was
on me
with him the whole
completely.
way. I was-
And he played like above average to good defense out in left field, which
Like,
in my
if-
opinion is the most underratingly difficult outfield spot is left field. And I thought he
And
played very
Jake,
well.
you were saying like if you guys want to, you guys are going to play team baseball, and like that's an intimidating guy right there.
You gotta have alpha.
Yeah,
You gotta
like,
have
you
yeah.
guys,
Dude.
you guys are going to need some alphas. You guys want to play that team style type of baseball.
Yep.
I've made it known I want to re-sign Tommy Pham.
We're on the re-sign Tommy
And
train.
and as for Kutch, I mean, who knows?
I'd bring back
You know
Pham
what's
as a fourth
crazy?
outfielder before Kutch because at least
the
Pham
thing
still
with
offers
I
good
will
defense.
say this about the whole Kutch thing. I like that we're talking about anything else but Kutch because
But
the
yeah, I
last
had to
few off
mention him.
seasons, it's been like, oh, are we gonna re-sign Kutch? Well, yeah, we need to do more than that to be a good team.
Yeah, they said like,
Yeah.
what,
The thing about
So-
Kutch, you can bring him back, but in that DH spot, you guys
No.
need 20 home
He's
runs.
a bench guy
100%.
now.
You guys need-
you need power at the DH.
That's a
spot.
free spot to get at least 20 dingers.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is. It'll be interesting to see. They need bats. They need
Yeah.
several bats, and we'll see how it plays. We're all speculating right now.
The thing with the Pirates, they can't just be sitting on one guy right now, waiting for one guy to make a
I don't.
decision.
Well, I don't think they
like
are.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
they can't put all their marbles into one guy and it doesn't work out. Bregman's gone. All these guys are gone. Like,
Yeah.
so you have to have a lot of options on.
How
the
about
line.
we gotta the Red Sox? What a disgrace they are. They might not get anybody.
They've already been jumping.
They have
the
been
gun
great at developing young talent, but they are not the spenders they used to be, and that's a shame for them.
They spent on Devers and that kind of
like Schwarber's a perfect fit for Boston.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he did well with them a few years ago.
Yeah, that's right. He was really with them.
Right before, and what sucks for them, they were having talks with Alonso, and then the Orioles.
A lot of people thought he was
going
to go to Boston.
The Orioles just come in and take him. The little small market Orioles.
I was shocked.
I was too. I thought a lot of people thought Red Sox he was going to. Like Scott Boras thought Red Sox. Like a lot of people.
I love the Orioles organization. I know that they need. I mean, you add Taylor.
Other than last year, they have been doing.
I know you add Taylor Ward.
I didn't know you loved the Orioles.
Well, I like how they've acquired such young talent, and now they're spending this. The Orioles formula, the Rays formula, is what the Pirates should be following. Now, that's the thing. They got to address it with the pitching. Letting go of Grayson Rodriguez, I think it's still worth it for Taylor Ward and the power he brings.
I don't think so.
I'm a huge fan of Taylor Ward. I would have loved the Pirates to give up Mitch Keller.
But whenever
Taylor
Grayson
Ward.
Rodriguez was healthy, he had one of the best strikeout rates like in baseball, and he was pitching at a very good level.
I'd rather take 150 games of 30-plus homers.
You bring up Keller. If you guys can't get a bat in free agency, are you willing to trade Keller for a bat?
They're going to trade him. They're going to.
What type of bat are you getting for Keller, you think?
You're not getting the high end.
They should have got Taylor Ward. That would have been perfect. Mitch Keller for Taylor Ward.
But the the Angels were going to take Grayson Rodriguez over Keller. Because
but who's more durable? I mean,
but the Angels they can't worry if their team was horrible. Like they need to get the highest upside. And Grayson Rodriguez is still young. He's still controllable for a while. I think they're going to be more patient.
If you trade a Mitch Keller, it's looking like you get like an Alec Boehm type of player.
I'd rather keep,
which I'd be fine.
I love Alec Boehm.
I'd be fine with. Well, how many years of control does he have?
But he only has like 1 or 2 years.
Well,
I mean,
going back to Brandon Lau. Right?
He only has 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're saying the Pirates would have to extend him, but that's my thing. That's my thing.
Extend.
He's only a second baseman, right? We kind of already have a second baseman.
We have,
What are you saying?
I was like, extend Lau. We don't even have him yet.
But we already have a second baseman, kind of. You said Jazz Chisholm was available. I know. I don't want to go back on this train.
The Yankees will listen to offers.
Is Jazz Chisholm available potentially?
Everyone's available.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I think we need to get Sherrington and Cashman on the phones here because
you guys should have had Jazz 2 years ago.
Well, I know we're back on this train.
This should have been done already.
No, I
he can play third and second.
The Marlins want to better catching prospect, and I think that they were saying, hey. The Yankees are offering us this guy. You have to give up Henry Davis or Andy Rodriguez. I don't think the Pirates want to do it.
We should have.
Genuinely, yeah. I would looking back at it now, I would, but it's just, especially Andy Rodriguez.
That's another spot. I think the Pirates need a catcher.
Yeah, they're going to use that. I am a big Henry Davis guy, but they need a second catcher. Andy Rodriguez is going to be on the field.
Third base, corner,
outfield. What is it? Defensive ERA. Catcher's ERA.
It's catcher's ERA.
Yeah. This guy's a big catcher's ERA.
I mean, it's important. Russell Martin.
Third base, corner, outfield have to be prioritized over second base.
We got plenty of catchers.
We do.
We got to figure it out.
Well, Rafael Flores, you have to like that, but that's not guaranteed.
Yeah,
you have to hope that he.
I don't think they need to spend big at catcher.
JT Romero, get out of here. What are we?
What with Flores like? Was that a position of need for a prospect? I mean, I didn't get that trade.
It clearly is because none of these catchers can
fleeced us.
Well, Flores was gonna be the most MLB ready bat.
You have so many mid catchers, too many mid.
Flores, he could be somebody who we don't know, but I say.
But you can't go into the season without knowing.
If you're the Pirates, I don't care what position. Get better hitters. That's all. I don't care.
Right.
If you upgrade second base, please do it because Nick Gonzalez is as average as it gets.
Do you care about the defense? Do you care about the defense?
I'll move Gonzalez to short.
No, we're done. I'm tired of talking about defense.
Honestly, I would prefer Triolo at short and then try Gonzalez at third. That's what I would rather do.
We prioritize defense all the time, but yet overall as a defensive unit, we're not that good anyway. So who gives a shit?
That's why they traded Hayes.
Yeah.
It didn't matter at the end of the day.
Triolo, I just hope You know, Sheila had an amazing
There's
end of the
something about
year, but
Jared Triolo.
you cannot have him as your starter opening day.
Well, there's something about him.
The
that
only
just gets
position
me
I would be
down.
fine with him at is shortstop, because to me, you have to have a good defensive
If
shortstop.
you're
I don't
keeping
care,
Cruz in center
but-
long term and Griffin's,
Yeah.
you just need a placeholder for Griffin.
I think he will be on the opening day starting lineup.
He's a Gold
Oh,
Glover.
he will.
Yeah.
Like if he's hitting ninth for you, sure. If he's going to be your
But you
starting
guys need
shortstop,
bats. You guys need
Yeah.
bats.
Yeah, that's what
We've
I'm
been
saying.
saying this for how many years, though? So
Yeah, but
it's
this
just like-
time it's different.
It's
this
different.
time. No, but it actually
Yeah.
it actually is. Like they're literally in on
Because
they never worked the phones at all. Now they're working
and
the
then you have to
phones.
look at the context. Reynolds is coming off a down year. O'Neal Cruz is coming off a down year. Bart didn't improve from doing well the year
And I
before.
think with the
Like,
lockout coming, like
Yeah, you got to
this-
be aggressive.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
it.
yeah,
This could be
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Any other interesting conversations you might have had at the winter meetings before we move on to football here?
No, I think we're ready to move on. I'm going to keep that private.
Did you have any conversations with what's his name with the Dodgers? Did you talk to them? Hey, you got to calm down a little bit with these moves. Like,
All these
Give the
discussions are very private.
give the little guy.
It's very early in the
The
off
Yankees
season.
are a
Give the
little
little-
guy.
That would be a revelation. The Yankees being
Everybody's a
below
little
that.
guy to the Dodgers. You have to be honest. Cashman, you're a little guy to the Dodgers.
You shut it. No, the Dodgers, they just do an amazing job. Like, you can say they spent all this money, but they spend it on the right guys.
They do.
All right, well, we love baseball.
Oh yeah, wait. What went into Trent Grisham? You like that? You
Yeah, I don't know why
21
everyone's mad about
I
this. This
agree,
guy
I
had
agree.
34 home runs. Like,
Yeah.
if he hits the open market, he's getting just as much as we gave him. I don't get that. I don't get why people are so mad
well, he
about
accepted, so you didn't even like.
Yeah,
it was
like-
just a qualify, and he accepted it. So
Which honestly, I'm shocked because he could have gotten like a few years.
I don't know.
But even if he's
But
taking less
that's
money
a guy.
up
Now,
Say he
here's a
hit-
guy.
Say he hit free agency.
Here's
I
a
don't
guy
think
in
that's a
Trent
guy the
Grisham.
Pirates would
Who I know well.
want to get. I think the Pirates need some more proven talent than Grisham, who just had one great year, hitting 34 dingers.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
some bad.
I'd say
Take
okay.
risks.
And plus,
Say the
Grisham's the
Pirates gave
best.
him the same contract as the Yankees. Would you guys been happy with that?
I would have been fine knowing that we have a guy that's high flying in the outfield because we need
21 million's a lot per year.
You have you and Grisham go
No,
back.
I like.
Yeah.
Well, I like 20. If it's like 2 years, 42 million for Trent Grisham, like that's a no for me. 21 million a year is too. Like 15 is okay.
he
Like,
took your comments personal all of last season.
I grew. Trent Grisham really grew up. I doubted him, and he cooked the Pirates, but he cooked everybody. He
But
was
now
good all
Grisham,
year.
because like Reynolds and Cruz are liabilities.
He's a
at the
great
outfield,
defender.
then you get a
and the thing with
defensive
Reynolds is he's going to be much better next year.
Oh, and I think
Yeah.
Reynolds should just be the full-time DH.
I
That's why.
agree.
That's why I want them to prioritize outfield. Get as much outfield as you can, so that way we can make Brian have Brian
I
Reynolds
agree.
just focus on hitting.
I 100% agree. Tell him just throw away his glove. Just make sure that he's hitting the ball on an elite level. I 100% agree because he's a guy that you need to hit very well. He didn't hit well last year at all. Like he just didn't. You need him to have an OPS of at least 800 to have him hit 25 to 30 homers every year.
yeah. So
I'm
Brandon,
worried if-
wow.
You mentioned Cruz. I'm worried if you trade Cruz, he's just going to turn into like a 40 home run guy.
That's true.
Let him.
But he won't for us. Anyway.
If he goes to the Rays, he's a 40 home run guy.
Go
But-
ahead.
But at the end of the day, he's not going to be that for us anyway.
Yeah.
So you can't worry
Well, I
about
mean, Christopher Morel went to the Rays, and he had a similar season.
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
But I think Cruz is more highly touted, like overall.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you're the Pirates, like it's just not gonna work here. It's one of those.
Everything's got to be on the table right now.
Yeah.
Everything's on the table except Paul Skeens.
Except Paul Skeens.
Everything's
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
All right. College football playoff. Yeah, I know you're probably tired of hearing about it. We talked about it all last week, but we do have to have a reaction to the rankings. Our buddy, who we haven't mentioned yet, your brother, James Cashman, who might have been doing some little, I don't know, was he at the winter meetings with you?
No, that's
That's too big
that's
for
my
him.
time. It's
Yeah.
my
He
time.
was on the
Wow.
phone with Roansy Contreras again, seeing if he can bring him in on another minor league
So-
deal.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, the college football playoff, because we talked about a lot about it last week.
Yeah.
My stance on it is that the NCAA, the playoff committee, this whole thing
The
with the
NCAA is corrupt in itself.
Well, that's very true. But the 5 conference champions.
You can't just be making allegations.
The 5. Well, it's not an allegation. The 5. They can't get Bulls right. They can't get the playoff right. They can't get the
Bulls are not. That's
right.
not under
they
their
can't get
jurisdiction.
Coaches
right.
are leaving mid.
It's a mess. But that's a whole other broader topic. But as far as the playoffs concerned, like I said, the 5 conference champion thing is a disaster when you have 12 teams, and then you leave out 2 really good SEC teams.
BYU,
Notre Dame. We don't care about BYU. At least I don't. But Notre Dame obviously is the big one because you have to put in Tulane and JMU. And I think obviously the big thing that hurt Notre Dame was Virginia losing to Duke. Had Virginia wins,
Notre Dame's in.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Oh, we're so concerned about having the ACC being represented. And to the committee's credit, they are consistent with valuing conferences. And maybe it's time for Notre Dame to realize, although I don't think they're realizing it, that they need to join a conference.
Yeah, how about Notre Dame?
However, do I understand why?
Yeah, I might as well.
Do I think that they've handled the situation as far as not making the bowl game and all that, not going to bowl? Do I think that's kind of childish? Yes. But do I understand why they're frustrated? Absolutely. I mean, but I think they're putting their blame at the wrong people. They're blaming the ACC. This isn't an ACC issue. Now, the ACC is garbage. I don't think they should have been represented at all. But this isn't an ACC issue. It's a college football playoff issue in that you can't be putting Tulane and JMU in the playoff. You just can't have it unless you either expand or you get rid of, or you keep it at 12 and get rid of the 5 conference champions and just put the 12 best teams in, period. So I've stated my case on that a lot last week. So Cashman, how's your brother James Cashman doing as far as this Notre Dame
very heartbroken. I mean,
thing is concerned?
It's happened to me with Ohio State where they're like the last team in or out, and they've been out a couple of times. But I mean, you go on a 10-game win streak. Mm-hmm. Those 2 losses very early in the season. To me,
they're like preseason games.
Completely different Notre Dame team later in the year.
I mean, and that was my argument was again between Notre Dame and Miami, and I don't think we should be having that argument. It shouldn't be about Notre Dame and Miami, really, because the whole system's flawed. But when you look like the better team down the stretch, that's what should matter.
Yeah, but I think
like, compared to a game in August by 3 points,
I agree with that. But I mean, say they put Notre Dame in over Miami, why are we playing head to head? Why does it even matter?
That too.
But and another thing, if they put Miami in, like these big schools, they're not going to schedule like top 10 opponents in week 1 if it ruins their season.
Don't lose to Louisville and SMU.
Well, the issue with Notre Dame is like for other teams, the SEC they can schedule cupcake non-conference because their conference is tough. Yeah. Yeah. Notre Dame, they don't have if Notre Dame's in the ACC this year, they win the league and they're in anyway. You know what I mean? Notre Dame, I understand that they should be they're one of the 12 best teams.
In my opinion, they're better than half the teams. And
probably at least.
To me, they're better than Alabama. They're better than Oklahoma. But you have to award teams. Ole Miss now, especially without Kiffin. But you have to award these SEC teams for playing in the toughest conference and winning 10 games. It has to be awarded.
Yeah,
I think Vanderbilt's the only one that didn't get rewarded for winning 10.
Yeah, and they had one of the easier SEC.
Did, yeah.
And I put Texas in that because Texas beat Vanderbilt and they played Ohio State. I think both of them could have been in.
And if Texas schedules a Mickey Mouse opponent week 1, they're in the playoff.
Right.
That is. That's why these teams who make these.
I think teams are going to stop because I think Alabama did this. They're not going to put these big games in August because it's basically a preseason. You're still in your preseason. You're still trying to figure out what your team is. You shouldn't be punished for losing by 3 points to Miami in August when you're a much better team in November. Yeah. So I think teams are just going to have to stop doing that.
That's why they need to expand it, because if they don't expand it...
No.
And
I think 16.
16, I think, would be good.
Teams are going to not put those big games in the beginning of the season anymore after what happened.
They shouldn't. I mean, if it can cost you a playoff spot, why would you do it?
Until the college football playoff makes the appropriate changes.
Well, I think if you're like an ACC team, you want it because a lot of these ACC games, are not impressive. That's why Notre Dame played half their games against the ACC, but it's like, other than Miami and maybe Pitt, like these are bad teams that they played in the league. You know what I mean? Like, they're just in a tough spot. Like USC, they don't want to schedule Notre Dame anymore because they already play, Ohio State or Michigan or whoever in conference play. Why would they want to add another tough game like that? And so that's why there's like the back and forth. And for who's the Notre Dame guy who keeps talking crap? Who's that guy?
I don't know what his name is.
Pete
somebody?
Isn't
it Pete?
Yeah,
Pete?
It's like Adavaka or something. He has like a last name, but the ACC's been very disrespectful. Buddy, why would they promote you? You're not in the conference. They asked you to be in the conference.
But they're in the conference in other sports.
In every other sport.
But why would? But they don't do anything.
They did.
Yeah. His frustrations are completely misguided. Completely.
Like attack the commit. Like don't like the ACC's just trying to get by. You know what I mean? Like the ACC, like they're on their knees for Miami to make it. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing about they put the Notre Dame Miami game 24/7 on the ACC network. That was ESPN that did that. That was in the ACC.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And I think that's why Notre Dame doesn't want to play because their game would be on ESPN and that would give them money.
Yeah, but that was like you can't. Don't opt out of a. That's just really
that's where I'm like because
play BYU and beat them by 3 scores.
Now at that point you're proving everybody right that you like just the whole thing where you're like the kid who has rich parents, like that mentality. That's where you're because you're just complaining that something's not going your way.
I mean, Jeremiah Love's not playing that game, even if they have it.
Right.
But you're not proving a point by not going to a bowl game.
Exactly. Like go to the bowl game.
No one cares if you're in a bowl game or not.
If you go to a bowl game and you dominate a team by like 50 or something. Then
you actually prove a point.
Exactly. And why not put yourself in?
I mean, Georgia did that a couple of years ago when they were left out.
What's the point they have to prove? We all know sitting here they're a top 5 team in the country.
But the committee
do they have to prove?
Committee didn't see it that way.
The committee is
but still, like you dominate a team in the bowl game. You dominate a team in the bowl game with guys sitting out. Now all of a sudden people are respecting you a ton.
The thing with the committee, they had Notre Dame above Miami.
Yeah, the whole year.
So what changed?
That's
where I agree.
What are they proving?
That's where I agree. Where it got a little weird.
They said they weren't compared against each other all season until.
So why are we having this big show every week if they're not going to be compared to each other?
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Well, that's a money thing every week for them.
No, I agree. I agree.
Don't even watch anymore because it doesn't matter.
No, I agree with all that. It's just to me, I think Notre Dame should still play the bowl game. I know that. It doesn't. But like at the end of the day, you're losing a lot of respect by everybody now.
15 practices.
Yeah,
that's valuable to your program.
And a quarterback who could use that and who could play in a game like that. And then if you lose the bowl game, you can say, okay, maybe we didn't deserve this at the end of the day. But if you win by 30, 40, 50 points, then everyone's going to have a ton of respect for your program.
It's Notre Dame. They're already going to have enough respect.
Well, a lot. I
don't think this.
They're losing.
They lose.
I'm losing.
I don't think this bowl. I don't.
There's. I mean, I think Notre Dame, the way they've handled all this is poor, but the overall broader issue here is the committee and the way this is structured. And honestly, I said this to Nate last week. I said, next year, if they don't change the playoff and stuff, I'll still pay attention to Pitt. But other than that, I have no interest. If we're going to have Tulane and JMU in the playoff, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, obviously needs to be fixed, but the thing that pissed me off was having Notre Dame above Miami all this time.
And I agree with that.
I agree that made no sense.
But they had
multiple things can be true here.
Well, it was just weird because the first ranking, Notre Dame and Miami had the same record, but they had Notre Dame 9 or 10, and they had Miami 18. And it was
because they had just lost to Louisville or somebody.
It was the resumes were very similar at that point too, and they were similar the rest of the way because Notre Dame played an ACC schedule. You know what I mean? So there was course correcting throughout the rankings. They're not good. We know that. They've never been good. But I'm coming around to Pirate Peyton here with the group of 5. I'm a big brand guy, but also I love the little guy as well. But I really can't
do both.
I can't have it
sometimes.
both ways. But I don't think Tulane's that good this year. And
We were all over North Texas.
I still think North
out.
Texas is kind of better than Tulane. I know that might be a hot
They
take.
shot
Texas-
themselves in the
They
foot.
did, yeah.
Yeah, they outgained them by 1 million. Yeah. Like, it was just one of those games, Tulane BS game. But but good for Tulane. But yeah, they're gonna get blown out probably in the first round. And I think if the group of 5, if they have one of the 12 best teams, they'll be in. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't like that either. I think, but that's what they
And you can
agreed
make the
upon.
and these group of 5 conferences will be like, well, then we'll never get in.
Yeah,
well,
if you
that's
go
not
on-
true.
if you go
Look at Boise State.
Look at Cincinnati a few years ago. They were in
Yeah.
the 4 team.
If you go undefeated and you win, you're gonna be eventually in the top 12.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, unless
Especially
you're
if
like
it's com-
JMU,
Yeah.
like
Unless you're
JMU.
scheduled
though.
to, yeah. But Notre Dame next year though, hold on. If they could schedule Cornbread State and Peter Pan University every week, if they're in the top 12, they're guaranteed to be in the playoff. Do you know that?
Yeah,
they have like a
yeah,
provision.
they
They have like
did.
a rule in there, so they can schedule anybody. And if they go 12-0, and the committee's like that's a top 12 team, they're in. Like there's no way they could be left out.
really, I didn't.
Yeah, that is
If they're ranked in the top 12 by the season's end, they're in no matter what.
That's almost like the parents are done with the whining. They're like, okay, we have to compromise.
How does that
somehow.
like? How does that even work? Like, how does that contract even like come about?
And they're scheduled next
How are
year.
they not ranked top 12 right now?
The AP.
Well, they
poll
are,
had
but
them-
you have to. They put
So
the
this
two
year they'd be
group of 5.
guaranteed in no matter what.
Yeah.
So is that starts next year?
Yeah.
What-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it starts
When did
next
that
year.
happen?
I think they agreed to it like before this season. Actually, I don't think it was like during the playoff and the
Then,
controversy.
then that gives Notre Dame less reason to whine.
I
if
think
that's the case
in the
from
next
now
5
on.
years, Notre Dame's winning the national championship. Marcus Freeman is
He's-
one of the
yeah.
top.
Yeah, he
Excellent.
is.
They had
yeah.
a great recruiting class this year.
Mhm.
Transfer portal. Obviously, people want to go there. I
Like,
love
but Brian
Marcus
Kelly-
Freeman.
Yeah.
Kelly. I mean
joke.
that.
He's a goofball.
Yeah. Market
Freeman is exactly everything you could ever ask for in a.
They're just a
Yeah,
better
I-
program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
under
I never liked Notre Dame, but I gained more respect for them once Marcus Freeman was there. I hope
He's
he
all
was. I
business.
hope he wasn't involved heavily in the deciding to opt out of the bowl game, because then I would lose a little bit more respect for him. Because that's, in my opinion, I know people think differently. In my opinion, that's a loser move. I hope that's not him, because I really respect him as a coach. I think he's the best fit for that program.
What's
Yeah,
that hat? What's that
Oh,
hat?
it's a band called Mercy Union.
Interesting.
But it's in like a
Do you know
Yankee. It's
them?
in the Yankees logo, because I have
I
to
don't-
wear it for Cashman.
I thought it was like a baseball hat, and I was like, I don't know what that
I don't know
is.
them,
Yeah.
but I saw Jake Bell at our pod games.
Oh, we didn't talk
yeah.
about that.
Jeez.
You were in Mercy Union.
I was.
I didn't know what that was.
I
but
had to rep them.
there it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got a sweatshirt too.
Yeah, it was the power of Mercy Union got me 3 pass deflections in the
Yeah,
game.
Jake Bell.
So
we had our pod.
I had to use all the power.
These two were both alphas. He was in town before the winter meetings.
And then he had to
and then he had to
quickly-
fly to Florida. But we had our pod games, our part one, which was our football game, and we played on a very nice field, fortunately, and everyone was healthy. And everyone stayed healthy, and everyone had a great time.
I was
and
not
we
healthy.
played.
I was not healthy.
Yeah, but
you
you
had
were-
the flu game.
You had we faced Have a Shift Day, and we're not going to say what happened or the result, but Jake Bell's been working really, really hard on editing this.
He
and
loves to- he's having a
can't
blast.
wait.
I'm having so much fun. I cannot
can't wait to watch it. That'll be coming out sometime near Christmas, I would assume. Sometime maybe in the next 2 weeks.
Hopefully,
probably.
if I can somehow get it done tomorrow.
Is it going to
I
be
will.
under my Christmas tree Christmas morning?
Yeah,
It might
that's,
be.
your,
It might
that's
be.
our
We'll
Christmas
see.
gift.
We'll see.
That's our Christmas
Yeah.
gift for the We Are Family fans.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this
I
Pod
could.
Games Part
I
One.
could probably have it posted by Christmas. We'll see.
Yeah, and
We'll
we're
see what
gonna
happens.
probably do
No
some,
pressure. You're doing a fantastic
Take your time.
job.
so much.
Probably do
Thank
some
you.
hockey. We're looking at late January, or I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, we can't thank Have a Shift Day enough for joining us on this.
Yeah.
Brian
T-Lane
Cashman.
Graves. T-Lane
Yeah, that's
Graves.
right.
T-Lane
That's
Graves,
right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. And Brian Cashman has relations with our podcast, and he's originally with the Have a Shift Day. We're gonna get into. I want to talk a little hockey. Actually, we'll get to that in a little bit. we don't normally do that on this podcast, but something big did happen today that really caught my attention, quite frankly.
It is breaking. Like,
it is breaking.
It's one of those moves. It's one of those moves that gets your attention.
But we'll get to that. So we could move on from the Notre Dame topic, the CFP. Although I want to complain about one other thing about the CFP. When we're doing these rankings, I think they care too much about where a team is seated. Like, if you think Oklahoma should be on the road, make them the 10 seed. Don't make them the 9 seed and have them play Alabama again. We don't want to see rematches. I don't want to see a rematch. I want to see everyone play a different team. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna let you talk here.
I'm sorry, but listen.
That's gonna be a great game. The line's 1 and that's gonna be. It's
gonna be a good game. But
you're complaining about all the games right now. You complain about Tulane and Ole Miss, James Madison.
You won't let me finish.
I don't need to hear you finish.
Well, this is half your podcast, half mine too, buddy.
Oh, I don't have to say
Did you toss it?
I meant like it's quarterly. You know what I meant.
I don't think we did.
I think you do. You know what I meant. It's as much yours as it is mine.
Over here.
What I'm saying is it's as much yours as it is mine. As Jake Bell's.
Finish here.
Well, maybe I would have by now if you wouldn't have interrupted me, but that's besides the point.
The first part of your point was atrocious.
Excuse me. you could say that after I'm done.
Okay, let's hear the second part.
Okay, thank you. See, I'm glad I got permission. Isn't that wonderful?
There you go.
Get to the point, all right?
I would have if you would have interrupted me.
You're still not at the point. Get to the point.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't interrupt me, maybe I would. Maybe you just let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Would you let me finish my point? Okay. I don't want to see rematches in the college football playoff.
That was your first point. That's literally what you said.
But I'm reiterating it because you guys keep interrupting. You guys keep interrupting me. You keep interrupting me. You keep interrupting me. You won't let me finish.
Same thing.
But you won't let me finish. You won't let me finish.
Wait, what's the second part of your point?
You won't let me finish.
What's the second part of your point?
You won't let me finish.
Okay, here, go ahead.
I'm like a robot. I keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Exactly. You said the same thing. You said it out of your sick of rematches.
I have lost my train of thought because you have interrupted me so much.
It wasn't going to be a good thought anyway.
We're going to move on. No, you know what? No, we're not going to move on. I'm going to say what I want to say.
You lost your train of thought. You don't know what you're going to say.
You
don't know what you're going to say.
I do know what I was going to say. You wouldn't let me finish.
You lost your train of thought, though. You don't know.
All right, let him talk.
Please, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're done. Where was I? I don't even know. There's so much noise in my headphones. I don't even know.
The Steelers, they defeated the Ravens.
No, we're not talking about the Steelers.
Oh, we're not talking about what you want to talk. You're not saying anything right now.
Because I'm fried. Like,
all right, give him a minute. Give
me a second to recalibrate.
I'll leave the room even if you want me to.
Yeah, you can go as far as I'm concerned. So, I think it's just bad for. I don't know. It's maybe it's just a me thing. I guess it's just a me thing. If it's that ridiculous.
What a groundbreaking second thought.
But it would have been over in 2 seconds if you would have just let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
But that didn't add. Like that didn't.
I had an extra point.
I thought there was something like I don't like the rematches because of this. But you said I don't like the rematches. It may just be me. But I don't like the rematches.
You won't let me see. But okay. This isn't even that funny, to be quite honest with you.
It's just fun. No, it's just like we were waiting for a big second half of your argument.
But you wouldn't let me finish. You wouldn't let me finish.
And then we did let you finish, and then you said maybe it's just a me thing, but I think we shouldn't do the rematches. We shouldn't actually. They shouldn't play the game. I don't think we should have any first round games because this James Madison game's a joke. Tulane's a joke. Alabama, Oklahoma is a joke.
Why is Tulane playing Ole Miss again? We don't want to see that again.
But okay, we're done. Okay, let's move on.
You're a big shot. You think you're a big shot?
No, he's a big shot.
He's a big shot. Oh, look at me! I'm interrupting him, and I'm saying that. Oh,
no, but like
look at me.
that's gonna be a good game. That's like the best game of the first. That's like one of the best games. And you're like, I don't think we should do this.
Both those teams are not that good. I'd rather see. I don't know. I'd rather see something else. I'd rather see something else.
Oklahoma, Bama's going to be a good game.
Just put Miami against Bama, and then put Oklahoma against Texas A&M, because both of those things hadn't happened yet.
You should be commissioner, actually.
Yeah, believe me, I don't want to do that.
They need a commissioner in the worst way.
They do.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That was quite a moment, and let's move on.
Great.
There was no point even made because you fried my brain. So just go. What's next?
Okay, you can say that's the reason.
You want to you take over the show. I'm not gonna say anymore. You take over the show.
All right, what we got here? Oh, you know what?
You take over.
I'm
not
taking
saying
over.
anything
I gotta
else to the
take
show.
over. You gotta talk in this part because this is your guy, Stuart Skinner, Tristan Jarry.
Oh, yeah.
What a move here. Today, this is Friday, we're recording. The Pittsburgh Penguins have traded fan favorite Tristan Jarry. We could say that, right? He's a fan favorite. Everybody loves Jarry, but he was traded to the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers, they need goalies. They need better goalie play. They've needed it for years. For Stuart Skinner. And they also trade Sam Poling. Sam Poling. Is he a defenseman, right? Is he
forward?
Or he's a forward? I didn't even know.
He's clearly not prepared to host, folks.
You didn't know the net. What did you?
He wasn't because you handed him the paper.
Yeah,
He wanted to take over.
I just was done with that argument you were making.
Well, you never let me form an
You didn't have
argument.
anything.
I would have if you would have let me.
That's not.
I made an argument. I want to see new teams. I want to see different teams. That's my argument.
We moved on.
I do want to talk about the trade. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I think both goalies could use a change of scenery. Obviously, Jarry has been facing a lot of backlash. It seems like every time the Penguins make a goalie change, they're going to be more forgiving for.
But
that
I feel
goalie.
like the fan base. Jarry was playing some great hockey.
Yeah,
And
they were
I think
warming
the
up to
fan
him.
base gave him his flowers.
Right. But for the
stretch.
most part in his tenure as a starting goalie, it's been rough in terms of Penguins fans. And now you get a goalie from Edmonton who also has received backlash. He is now in the situation where he doesn't have these big shoes to fill, and I think that's going to be good for him. It's gonna be. I hate saying this term, but the lights aren't going to be too bright. Like this isn't going to be like a situation where it's going to be dire.
because Edmonton with McDavid and Draisaitl, they have to win the cup now, and
Right.
What's holding them back is the goaltending. That puts a lot of pressure, especially in the Canadian market where the media is just
all about
constantly on you. Whereas he comes to Pittsburgh, he can kind of play his game. The media is not going to be as hard on him.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be that pressure to win the Stanley Cup. And I think he can get in his own zone here, but
Yeah.
I'm not expecting him to be like this top 10.
And he's still young. He's still
He's 27.
20, 27.
Wow.
He could still say he improves and he does he could be there for at least
27
5 years.
with playing in back-to-back Stanley Cup finals.
Yeah.
This guy knows how to deal with pressure.
The Penguins
been at
need
the
young
top.
guys,
Yeah.
and he's a younger guy in terms of hockey because you play a lot longer in hockey than other sports. So.
Yeah, it's basic. It's a goalie swap basically. There's a couple now. What were the defenseman that the Penguins acquired?
Kulak.
Kulak.
Yeah, my bad.
No, I was just repeating what you were.
Yeah, and then a second-round draft pick in 2029.
And they can.
Let's not forget, Jarry was in AHL last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was put on
for
waivers.
a while.
Yeah.
He was put on waivers. Any team could have had him at his base salary.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get guys. We got a second and an NHL goalie and an NHL defenseman.
Yeah.
We got rid of that contract.
And
I think it was a good. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was the question. How are they going to get this contract off the books? And they didn't have to keep.
And now we got assets for the contract.
Yeah.
And the players.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think people are complaining because he's been doing better recently. But you can't he could if you don't pull the trigger on this trade and then he ends up playing like he was whenever they sent
his
him down.
value was never
exactly
was never going to be higher.
This is his peak value. And a team with like the Penguins who need to trade players for their peak value. This is the perfect time to do it.
And the Oilers, they needed a goalie fast. So if we weren't going to be willing to trade Jarry, they would have went somewhere else. And I don't think there's many playoff teams that needed a goal like the Oilers. So
They've needed it for a while, but I saw some Oiler fans. They were not happy.
it's a risky move.
They wanted big name, and they've wanted it for a while. The question for me is we were talking about this before. Stuart Skinner, is he somebody that the Penguins might flip now as well? Because
I think they could.
You have what's the young goalie? They have the young
Murashov.
goalie Murashov, who's played really well in AHL and when he's got his opportunity.
We got Blomqvist too. He played some good.
And Blomqvist, obviously, she loves, but he's he is what he is. But
you got to get those young guys playing time, and Jarry being there was not going to allow that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw that opportunity when he was hurt for a little bit in November. Some of these guys.
The thing with Skinner and Kulak, like we're still competing right now. So I think out of respect of Crosby and Malkin, they have us in a playoff spot right now. If we're at the deadline, we're still in a playoff spot. I think we keep those guys. But if I think we're for 5 points out, we flip them for some draft picks.
Well, how many years left does Skinner have?
I believe one more.
Like one more after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could still retain him if you want.
No, he's done.
Is he done?
Wait, is he done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so then you'd have to make that decision.
What are your thoughts on?
I have none. Next.
You have, dude.
I
You
have
gotta
no
give
thoughts.
thoughts. You
I have
gotta
no
give.
thoughts.
You're
No,
you gotta give
I'm
thoughts.
done.
Bro.
I'm done. No,
Bro, you gotta give thoughts.
Continue.
Okay. All right. All right then. That's a check mark. All right, we gotta talk about Pitt versus East Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll just do this real quick because that was the bowl matchup. A lot of Pitt fans were unhappy about that. This guy's very unhappy right now in general with me, but a lot of unhappiness right now. But I like East Carolina. I think it's a good match. Now, would I have liked the Holiday Bowl or something like that, or against like Arizona or even Penn State? I think we were all supporting.
I thought Penn State that could have happened.
Yeah,
I heard like
yeah.
The NCAA is corrupt. Period.
Well, the Bulls, that's like an independent thing. Like each bowl is like run by, like Bad Boy Mowers like runs the Pinstripe Bowl, and they're like they said like we want Clemson against Penn State. And that's
Of
what
course
happened.
they do.
Clemson, it's not like Pitt could beat Clemson this
Pitt's
year.
better than Clemson.
Like it's
Yeah.
just
They have a better
that doesn't
record.
make any sense.
I cannot.
to me.
Clemson was
If they played again, I
most-
don't think.
It's a
could
big
have been
brand.
the most
so it's
overhyped team.
It's all about
Yeah.
the big
Like,
brands until we got to include JMU and freaking Tulane in the playoff. Then that's when we don't care about the big brands. They can't have it both ways.
No.
It's all over the place. It really is. But I mean, if you're Pitt, like, I think it's been a good season, 8-4. Especially like I thought they'd be 8-4 going in this. That was like kind of where I
mean,
thought
but
they'd
look
be.
at that loss after Louisville. We were thinking this team maybe gets 2 more wins.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a chance they went 4-8, 5-7.
Yeah.
And if you would have told me at 2-2 they'd finish 8-4.
Yeah, and I
They
know
have a real shot at making the ACC championship.
right. And honestly, everything was a best case scenario genuinely because say Holstein beats Louisville and then they give them the leash a little bit longer. They probably lose to Florida. No, they definitely lose to Florida State. I would imagine they lose to Georgia Tech at Georgia Tech. So you have to put that in consideration. Like if they beat Louisville, they probably lose these
And
other
maybe
games
NC
as well.
State
And
too,
maybe
honestly.
because
that was a shootout kind of game for a while.
Yeah, until the very end. So you have to put that in perspective. And now Pitt found I still think that there's still things left on the table because Pitt did not look good against the ranked teams that they played at all. Like they just didn't. But like at the same time, everything that happened for Pitt was the best case scenario. Just looking at it because now you have a quarterback. You have the quarterback. So
you got some young guys on offense too.
Mm-hmm.
That Turner.
Yeah, well, we have idiot
that guy can
coaches.
run.
So
But I'm still disappointed about the bowl game because I know you like Eastern Carolina, but I want Pitt to play like Arizona. I thought that would have been cool.
they won't show up for this game. They're not going to care. It's going to be the same thing as
circumstances are
Toledo.
so much. They're going to show.
Well, I mean, Mason Heinzel is a complete different quarterback than
He's
whatever
still
guy
proving
that they started.
himself.
Who we started the walk on last year. Like
David Lynch. He was
Yeah.
like you can't lose at Toledo, but he shouldn't have. It should have been Duggar anyway to
exactly,
play. And then they would have probably cruised. I
Yeah.
mean, the way, but either way, I think they will be up because it's these young guys. It's like Heinzel, you got to get momentum for next year. Ja'Carrion Turner, some of these guys. A lot of guys hopefully coming back. And
Is Kenny Johnson? Was he a sophomore this year?
he's a
junior. He's going to be
so-
a true senior next year.
How about
that guy's gonna have a monster.
can we get rid of
Yeah, I hope so.
Droppy Poppy Williams? Because all he does is drop the ball.
He's so frustrating because he is such a good route runner, but every single big game that they played, he's dropped a wide open pass for a first down that could have changed the outcome of a whole.
He's made some really good catches, like the one
has.
NC State game. Remember, it was deflecting, he caught it in the end zone.
Yeah, and then Notre Dame, he
But-
drops that would have been a huge
He had
momentum change.
He had 2 drops.
And then I think he dropped one against Miami too. One
Yeah.
or
But
two.
But this is,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Pitt's outcome when you're not a big brand, because they put the big brands in these bowl games. They want the big brand matchups, even if a team like Pitt is better than Clemson. When you don't compete against the best teams, you're not going to get rewarded, no matter what you did. And they didn't compete against Notre Dame or Miami.
That is true.
But that's
They
the
gave-
thing.
That's what it comes
They
down
gave
to.
Pitt the spotlight against Notre Dame and Miami.
And they crapped the bet.
Yeah, and it was bad. It wasn't even close.
Thing with Miami game, like Jake was saying this, like you had to know the refs were going to favor Miami.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just again, it was Pitt being undisciplined. They're always,
like
that's just
you have to know coming like
blame the refs.
They had nothing
pretty much
to do with the
you
refs. They got lost by
well
30.
that is true, but whenever Miami opened up the second half with a touchdown, Pitt held them to a field goal, but Pitt decided to do to taunt or whatever. Like even if it was subtle, the refs were still going to call.
Well, what
that.
was so horrible about that, and just goes to show the lack of how Narduzzi, the lack of discipline Narduzzi has in his locker room, is what I'm trying to say. He literally just did a taunting penalty. Okay, learn from that. The next third down that they get a stop, they do the same exact thing.
That would have been huge.
How do you? So they forced a field goal twice, and they let them get a first down because you did the same stupid thing again. That's just zero discipline.
And Pitt would have still lost, but maybe that's a momentum shift, and that game is close.
Maybe it's interesting.
Yeah, maybe it's an interesting game.
Our offensive line got ate alive.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, that
was a problem all
games.
year for Pitt.
Yeah,
that was
and you can get away with it against an NC State, and but you can't get away with it against Miami.
You can get away with it against the ACC schedule for the most part.
Right.
And Mason, I thought he was pretty good in the pocket considering he had much time to throw.
Oh yeah,
escape in the pocket.
That's what we've been saying. That the number one priority is obviously retaining them, like Heinzler, but like fixing this O-line.
Yeah.
They just got to get bigger.
I can't Holstein. Could you imagine him in this O-line all season?
Holstein's I don't want to crap on him because he was like a solid player and everything, and he wouldn't have done great either.
Cade Bell,
but
Cade Bell just lashed out at him, bro. Like
he did.
It literally
was bad.
It was literally Cade Bell's fault that he was throwing those picks.
Yeah.
Like just run the ball.
Yeah,
dude.
like against Louisville, I've never
why I
seen
don't
an
like Cade
offensive
Bell.
coordinator yell at a quarterback like that in my life. And then Holstein pushed Bell.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. I saw that because I was watching Holstein come off the field after I think it was either the fourth down stop or something, and Cade Bell was just yelling, and then Holstein shoved him.
Heinzler is the better player, but I don't think. Yeah. I think Holstein was the scapegoat. I gotta be honest.
No, yeah.
But Pitt up either way, it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
And it worked out, I think, at the end for Pitt. But no, I think if you win this game, it's good momentum. 9-4.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been 2-2 to 9-4 going into the offseason. It's not going to be a marquee game, but East Carolina is a very solid.
What's the line?
Yeah.
It was. It opened Pitt -6. I saw it was Pitt -4.
Pitt's not going to come in and cruise
Take the
this
points.
game. It's just not.
Take
Reed,
the points.
Reed is definitely not playing. I guarantee that.
No.
And then Kyle Lewis and Rasheem Biles have to make decisions now if they want to entertain the draft or not. So
it's a game Pitt should win, but if they're not playing their A game,
Kyle Lewis, that guy's
he's unbelievable. Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's Mel Kiper has him as the second-rated safety act. They has him as a safety because he's kind of an undersized linebacker.
He's a
Tomlin's
tweener
licking
kind of.
his chops to get another undersized linebacker in the second or third round.
But he's great. Rasheem Biles. So if he comes back, that would be a huge lift for Pitt.
If Lewis gets drafted, you need to retain Biles because him and Lovelace will do fine.
But
and then they recruit a lot of linebackers. I like Cam Lindsley a lot. So.
But it'll be interesting, too, obviously, recruiting. Pitt was 40. They were in 43, 44. But they didn't have as many commits. And they did better than they have in years past, honestly, with the average. It was 87.38 or something, the average composite player. They did pretty, in a year, if it's so balanced now, if they would have had this year, they would have been higher.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's such a discrepancy usually in recruiting.
Well, now Vanderbilt has the number one quarterback.
Now the money,
yeah.
Houston got the number one quarterback.
Oh, yeah, Houston did. But
and
Vanderbilt
got the second best.
Yeah.
Houston out of nowhere. Their class is still 38, which kind of
well, who's their head coach? They have someone that's a big name, don't they? Houston?
Yeah, the Tulane guy. Oh, my goodness, I'm forgetting his name. God.
I forget his name, too. But,
I'm seeing his face. I'm like, that's a football coach right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good coach. You're Houston coach, the Tulane guy.
Here, I gotta look it up because I would know that name if.
Oh my goodness, this is eating me alive. Okay, but anyway, that's a huge matchup. CBS Sports ranked it as the 11th best bowl game of bowl season, which I think it could be. Pitt versus East Carolina. It could be like a back and it could be like a high
11th.
scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations! You're the 11th best bowl.
Hey, don't
Willie
disrespect
Fritz.
it.
Willie Fritz.
There
Yeah.
you go. He's a good coach. They overperformed.
We
crazy.
got the military bowls a while ago. We always get like the same bowls. Like we never get like a new bowl. I feel like it's either the when we're not good. It's either the
We lose all the bowls.
It used to be
We always
called-
lose
Except
the bowls.
What's the
UCLA,
bowl
we
we
did
were
beat
in last
UCLA.
year? What's it called?
Game above sports.
But it
Yeah,
used to be called the pizza, the little pizza bowl or whatever.
No, it wasn't the Little Caesars one. I know what
I
you're
thought
thinking.
that's what it used
no,
to be.
it was
Eastern
it was the
Michigan?
same one against Eastern Michigan. It was like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
something stupid. I forget what it was called. But it wasn't that. But they
always
played in the Little
goofy.
Caesars Bowl, I think, against Northwestern.
Pitt
or
finished.
something.
They played
while
in
ago.
one of my first memories of Pitt football. They played in the Little Caesars Bowl
Yeah.
against Bowling Green.
Oh,
that
it
was when
Bowling
Tyler
Green, yeah.
Boyd was here.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so very
Did
interesting.
Tyler Boyd retire?
I think just
he
no one
is.
signed him,
Yeah, I think
and
he
he
is.
just is just chilling.
He had a good
Oh,
solid football career.
Yeah, he was a good player.
All right. So we think Pitt's gonna win that game, or what do you
Yeah,
think they're gonna
right.
win?
East Carolina covers at least.
I think Pitt will win by within a touchdown. They're not going to come in and win by 20.
I think
That's
Pitt
not
Pitt
gonna
wins by
happen.
7.
Yeah.
Well, like the thing with Pitt against like a team like East Carolina all year has like been able to move the ball so well.
Mhm.
East Carolina's not a good defensive team,
Yeah.
but so I honestly like if it plays like on paper, like Pitt should win by at least 10 points, probably like 10, but it probably won't happen like that because they're doozy in bowl games, 2-5, and he's been favored in more than 2 of those bowl games for sure. So
Yeah.
want to talk about the Steelers because they're going to win the AFC North, it looks like now. Nothing's guaranteed, but Baltimore's not. They're not beating Green Bay. They're not beating New England.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're losing this week to Cincinnati again. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll see if that's one of my picks. I'm a disaster in picks, so whatever.
Yeah, now
I
you're
pick.
poisoning my picks by having your hand on my lucky notebook.
Oh, you gave it. You handed it.
I know.
You literally handed it.
I know. I should have had you do it. I should have had Jake Bell take over.
I'm rubbing my
Well,
hands.
I've been
all
on
over
a
your-
bad streak, so that might have been
I'm
bad too.
I'm getting my bad.
No, you're not nearly as
We
bad
all
as
had
him.
a bad week. We all had
Yeah.
a terrible week.
But the Steelers 7, they win the 6-6 bowl. They get to 7-6, and if they win this, if they beat Miami this
The
week,
toilet bowl.
yeah, it was the toilet bowl. That's what some are saying it was, and they should have lost. Honestly, that should have been a touchdown. Everybody knows it. But they win regardless.
Everybody knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.
Everybody does know it, and but they're here at 7-6. They'll Monday. Now this is like a classic Tomlin spot on Monday, not on Monday, but like in a primetime game where they just crap the bed and don't perform.
Not with TJ Watt.
But
They've won 22 in a row on Monday night
Tomlin
at
is
home.
great on Monday night. Steelers are great on Monday night. Now obviously the
Tiny
TJ Watt
Tua in the
thing.
cold.
Well, they were in the cold against the Jets and they blew them out.
Yeah, but this is different. This is.
It's just no game is a trap. Like there's
I
no
think
such
the-
thing as a trap game or a team.
I
that
think the
Steelers
Dolphins
will
are
win.
playing some good football right
They
now.
like
too.
the Dolphins and the Steelers are on different trajectories in terms of recency.
They beat Buffalo. Now they had a close game against the Saints, but the Saints are playing hard.
They've been having close games all year. The Saints, like for
They
the
just
most
beat the
part.
Bucks.
Yeah, I'm not. That's
The
not.
Saints are a good bad team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I thought they'd be horrendous.
I think they got their coach, and I think they potentially got their quarterback, Tyler Shook. I was saying it from the beginning.
He's
The
been
guy-
competing.
still-
he's
I still
competed
don't
in
think-
every game
Yeah.
he's played.
I haven't really
We'll
even
see.
watched him, so I can't even say anything. But I've not been high on Tyler.
I mean, they got
Shook.
nothing. They got no talent.
Nothing.
So
They have
Yeah.
Olave and
Well, at least Alvin Kamara wants
Kamara.
to stay.
I mean, they got
Saints.
Kamara at this point, I mean. it's not-
I always have a
it's not
soft spot in my heart for the Saints because I remember like growing up with Breeze. I was
Yeah, I
rooting
like
for them.
Breeze,
I always
yeah.
rooted for them in the playoffs.
That offense.
well, they should have went
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl, and they got complete. I mean, that's arguably the worst call in NFL history. That pass
Yeah.
interference. What was the guy's name? The corner for the Rams.
Like Roby, Nichols Roby, something like
Yeah,
that. I don't
yeah.
know,
Oh,
something
yeah.
random, yeah.
Wow, yes. But I always remember watching the Saints like in the play. I'm like rooting for them. But yeah, so the question I want to ask all of you is if the Steelers win the division, can they win a home playoff game? Is there any chance they win a home playoff game with Mike Tomlin?
There's a good chance they'd have to face a team like the Texans or the Chargers. I don't have confidence.
I think
they're not beating the Texans.
If I'm the Steelers, I'd rather see the Chargers over the Texans.
They're not beating the Texans.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not beating the Chargers. They're not beating the Bills. They're not doing anything, folks.
Yeah, it's just there's no favorable match.
Out of those 3 teams, I think their best shot would be against the Chargers. But bro, the Chargers shut us down, dude. I mean, we played them already. Texans defense, we're not going to do anything with Arthur Smith.
But they might not do anything.
The Bills defense, which is not good at all. Now, Aaron couldn't go under center, so I think that limited our game plan. I think if we were to play the Bills, we'd do a little better offensively. But, dude, Josh Allen didn't even have to do anything for them to score 26 on us.
Throat.
They just ran it. So imagine if
the Ravens did too last week.
This time we'll stop the run. Well, yeah, then Josh Allen's just going to take over the game.
Yeah. There's just to me there's no matchup.
At this point, the Steelers are going to make the playoffs. They're going to win the NFC North or the AFC North. Tomlin's back.
Oh yeah.
Lifetime contract.
But to me,
winning this.
To me, the only somewhat favorable matchup. I still think the Steelers will lose. But you would have to hope that the Jaguars don't win their division. To me, that's the only.
I think the Texans are going to beat. Yeah,
I think so too. To me, that's the only favorable matchup. I don't have any confidence.
I've been high. I think Houston.
Trevor Lawrence on the road. I'd take that.
Houston has a chance this year. I think.
In a weak AFC.
Yeah,
I think they could make the Super Bowl. Actually,
if Stroud can get it together.
Yeah, their offense is.
They can win road games.
Yeah,
funky. It's just
their O-line is.
And
just,
Stroud,
so
it's not Stroud's fault. If Stroud had a real offensive line,
no, I've always been a big fan of Stroud since his rookie year. I think he's a very good talent.
Either of those teams can win that division, and the AFC South this year is certainly not a pushover like it usually is. But yeah, I agree. I think it's one of those years.
Right.
Do you think the Ravens are they still play the Steelers again?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. To me,
if the Steelers lose to the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, if the Steelers lose to Miami or they lose to Cleveland, but I just the Ravens have tough games. But it's they haven't shown anything.
Going to Cleveland the way they're playing right now, that's not going to be an easy game.
But to me, I hate
Tennessee can beat them though. The Steelers.
I know, but
that was a weird game.
Yeah.
To me, I just hate talking about. I just hate talking about what matchups we'd rather see the Steelers play in the first round.
We have this conversation
exactly.
every year.
And not only that, but you're gonna have to face these teams either way.
Yeah.
What's the difference between losing them in the first game of the playoffs and losing them in the second?
We want to win a playoff game. Oh.
This is the year to. I don't think the AFC.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating thing is this year it's wide open. You got the highest paid defense. If they were elite this year, you have a chance, but they've been far from it, and it's.
I just want Aaron to play well. That's all I care about.
To me, if you had if you had a plan at quarterback, then you would take a playoff win. But you don't have a plan at quarterback. You can't just be oh, we'll take one playoff win up, but we don't have a quarterback next year.
Jake Bell, you think we might sign Daniel Jones on the cheap next year? What do you think?
That cannot happen. The Steelers cannot do that.
The Steelers would be a terrible fit for Daniel Jones because
I think we
they're
could
not.
Tank with Danny.
I love Daniel Jones. I would be rooting for him hard as a Steeler, but I know for a fact that if Arthur Smith is still back, regardless if he's back or not, Tomlin's not going to hire an innovative offensive coordinator that's a quarterback.
That's the only way Daniel Jones can succeed.
Exactly. They're going to hire a boring offensive coordinator that loves the run game. They're not going to utilize Daniel Jones's legs. To me. I love Daniel Jones. You guys know that. I would be fully rooting for him and the Steelers if he was on the Steelers. He will not do well with us at all. I wouldn't say at all, but he's not going to be the first half with the Colts. Good.
Speaking of AFC North quarterbacks, what's going on with Joe Burrow?
Steelers, they're not going to trade for him, but
if I'm the Raiders, I'm calling Cincinnati right now. I'm offering that first overall.
They are never, ever going to give him up. They would be so stupid.
I
don't care how miserable he is.
They're a joke. They could. Yeah. Everything's on the table.
If I'm Burrow, I would force to get released. Just say, hey, you're not building a line. I don't care.
It would be higher than just one pick.
Oh yeah.
It'd be at least two first round.
Yeah.
But I would think say more because look what Stafford.
Worth that. It's not worth giving him up. I'm sorry.
I agree.
No value.
But
if he refuses to, he doesn't like
it. Why would he want to go from one shithole to the next?
Because we're going to get money for that whole line.
Because
then you got Pay Burrows.
It's a fresh start.
Raiders are historic.
The Bengals,
franchise.
at least I have my weapons. Like, why would I go to the Raiders?
We got weapons. Brock Bowers, Gentry.
Yeah. And they could get somebody.
Yeah.
They could get a
Yeah,
receiver.
but him and Chase go back to college, man. Like,
Well, he's not happy there.
Yeah.
Acquire both of
he's
them.
just had a hard time.
Acquire
he's
both
just had
of
a
them.
hard time.
I mean, I know
if
this
he's
will never
healthy for
happen,
an
but if I'm
entire
the,
year, he's
But
If
you
I'm the
can't be
Steelers-
healthy behind that old line.
yeah. If I'm the Steelers, I would offer almost anything for like pretty much everything.
But I don't
They would
think it's going to
But
be
they
an
won't.
in-division trade. They would
Yeah,
never.
no,
do
they wouldn't at all. They wouldn't at all.
Tomlin, we're going to send you Tomlin.
Well, I was
you give us
hearing-
Burrow.
Oh,
The Steelers would be a hero. if they did
even though
that.
I don't like Zach Taylor at all, I'd take Zach Taylor and Burrow for Tomlin and multiple picks.
Of course,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you could just fire
10
Taylor in a year. And then
I'd
you can
give
get
up
a new
10
coach.
first rounders for Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean he's went to a Super Bowl.
Because he'll be with you for the next 10 years, and those first round
Exactly.
picks
It's
are
worth
going to
every
be.
10.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
with Tomlin, did you guys see this? Like, there were like indications that March 1st, like Tomlin and his like they put out that there was like like some of the stuff about his contract and everything, because they might want to force an egg. Like Tomlin might be done with the Steelers too.
Interesting.
Like it might be one of those
Please be
things.
done. Please.
I mean,
Please.
there's so many issues with the Steelers. Like they're not competing next year.
No.
That's why you could make a move. That's why you could just start. They have to start over.
If the
Yeah, they
Steelers,
really
if
do.
the
They're
Steelers
so
were offered,
old, bro. We're so old.
if the Steelers were offered at all within the past 3 years a first round pick for Tomlin,
Well,
and
this
they
is
didn't
nice.
take him,
Look at this.
and now they have to force him out, or he has to force out. That's an absolute abysmal thing to have happened.
I found
if
a
you
new-
were offered a first round pick by some bad team,
they're giving Metcalf money. They gave they traded for Ramsey. Like they're just tied to so many
This is
old
not
guys.
professional.
I found a new position here.
That's
Look
not
at this.
professional at
Because I'm
all.
tired of holding this damn thing. Look, I can just lay back, relax, let Schivins over here take care of the podcast.
Which I'm doing a tremendous
You're
job.
doing really well. You're doing
Thank
really
you,
well.
thank
I'm
you.
impressed.
Any more Steelers, because we got to get to contenders or pretenders here.
Yeah.
I love this
Ooh.
segment
Let's do it.
because there's a lot of pretenders out
so
there.
what? Do we each say a contender and a pretender? Is that how we're doing this?
Well, just
Well, we're just gonna
You
talk.
guys can
okay,
fire
just-
off some
Because-
teams.
yeah.
The NFC, I think, is pretty set for me.
Rams are contenders.
Packers-
I would
Seattle.
like to say when I went on this podcast for the season, I said the Rams are
Rams,
coming out of the
yeah.
I do
NFC.
need to pull up the standings just to refresh my
Rams,
head, but-
Packers, Seattle, contenders.
Now,
Easy.
listen to this. Next Thursday night, Rams Seahawks for the division lead.
That's going to be fun.
Both-
Those are like the
When is that?
two best teams.
Thursday night.
Oh.
That's the next. 'Cause they were talking about it on the Thursday night broadcast last. They were like, "What a game we have." But
They don't get.
I think
games
we
like
think
that.
both of them are. What about what about the Eagles? We're gonna talk about the
They're-
Raiders.
Oh, that's
Nothing,
it. Yeah.
Pretenders.
They're
Yeah.
chicken tenders.
They're,
Yeah,
they're
they are.
tenders, bro.
They're fried.
And honestly, though, if I'm a Steeler fan and we won the Super Bowl last year, I wouldn't give a crap what we did now. Like if I'm
yeah,
the
that's
Eagles,
not
if I'm the Eagles,
that's not the Philadelphia
Yeah.
mentality, bro.
well, yeah, but I don't know.
They-
if I'm an
they-
Eagles fan, I wouldn't be like,
they're saying
oh,
some
so
nasty
mad.
I mean, they
stuff
can't
about
run the
Kevin
ball.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
They can't run it. They can't run the football, and that's causing Hurts to
Throw
beat,
a bunch
beat the
and-
opponent. He
yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah, it's just something's off with them. They brought that freaking bunny into their locker room, and I don't know what happened. Did you guys see that? They had a freaking Easter bunny or something in their
What?
locker room. It was like
The
a.
Easter Bunny in November.
It was like a bunny, and it was like I don't even
a
know.
positive bunny.
It was like
yeah.
a positive bunny,
That makes no sense.
and they got their butts
Nick
kicked.
Just win
Sirianni
games.
ain't
Don't
a
worry about
posi- Because Nick Sirianni's a freaking loser. And he needs some positive
Super Bowl
energy in there.
champion.
He is a
Super
Super
Yeah,
Bowl
he's
Bowl
going to be
champion.
fired in the next 2 years.
Wow.
so.
Yeah, if
You can't think- if you don't get
my
that
head coach
run
won a
game
Super Bowl,
going,
I'd be
he's
fine
gonna
with
be
him being
fired.
fired.
Do we think Dallas could win that division?
Yeah.
If the Eagles lose this week,
It's open.
even,
It's an open division right now.
But, like, they
can't-
play the Raiders in Washington.
twice. They play Washington twice.
Yeah, so, like, I'm talking about the Eagles.
That's
Yeah.
what that might be my
Kenny
best
Pickett's
prediction.
gonna go in Philadelphia.
You don't want that to happen, though.
I know, I don't.
Let's talk about that one real quick. The Raiders. What do you think about Kenny Pickett being the starter?
I
You
think
kind of
he-
want Gino
he-
to start.
What's
so
your
you can
outlook
tank.
on the Raiders?
He can cost us our first overall pick. Because if
You're not
we,
happy with it.
if we lose out, we get the first overall pick because we play the Giants.
Yeah.
Poverty Bowl. That's a
And the
huge
Giants,
number.
they have, the
You got
Giants
it.
don't need a number one
Hey,
pick.
you
They have
have
their,
the mentality.
Yeah, if the Giants get the number one pick,
They're
calling
quarterback.
They're calling the Saints
Well,
or
yeah.
whoever needs a quarterback.
Or,
hey,
I mean,
what do you want?
But they could also get that Ruben Bain kid from Miami.
Yeah.
The Giants if they want, because he's supposed to be a monster. I don't know. I don't know how good he is.
Carter. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be
But like
interesting.
you can't have too many guys to stack up on that defensive line, especially if you can win up front constantly, like why not take advantage?
What's this look on your face?
Nothing.
You're making a look.
I'm just.
You're like confused about the Raiders or something.
Yeah, I'm very.
I'm
sad.
confused. I can't believe it's been this.
What do you
bad
think
of
the
a
Raiders
season.
need to do?
I said they would win like 6
I
games.
think you need
Yeah.
to find a coach. I mean, Pete Carroll.
He's been a-
That's not
he's
your
been a
long-term answer.
No.
He's been bad.
You
this
thought
year.
he would
Dude,
give
they
you
fired,
stability.
if they fired like 5 coaches they owe money
I don't
to
care.
now.
I don't.
But, like,
I mean, it doesn't
They're
matter.
just
But the thing
Probably
is, like you would
coaches.
think bringing in Pete Carroll would add you stability at the head coaching position.
I'm
for the
telling
first time
you,
in a while.
when
and
we
it's been
had
worse.
John Gruden, we were going places.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We
Like
were going
that's
places.
not like a hot that's not a hot take. I
No.
agree.
I mean, compared to what you
But yeah, they were
now.
but they were competitive. Like they that same team made the playoffs the year he was fired.
Yeah.
They got
then
off of
everything.
Derek Carr too, and Derek Carr's a winning guy. Like he's he had a
That's a
tough
culture
spot.
guy.
Yeah.
That's
And
a culture guy.
Yeah.
He got a lot of like average seasons out of
Yeah.
a very bad like roster.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Raiders. There's no like to me. There's no way the Raiders win this game. Even
No.
if Kenny Pickett
It's in Philadelphia too.
in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
but what could happen?
I mean,
like,
if we beat the Eagles in Philadelphia, that fan base.
no, that's what.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like that's
the
what I'm
Eagles
saying.
are-
Like
I'd love to see
if
that.
Kenny
Oh
Pickett
my
like throws a
gosh.
touchdown or like Jenny runs it in and it's 7-0 early, that could be really bad
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Eagles. 'Cause
Well, I mean,
Maybe I'll watch that.
If
We'll
Kenny
see.
Pickett
it's a must-watch
say he
game.
wins this, say Kenny Pickett wins this game and finish off the season like spectacular. Do we even entertain Kenny Pickett as a starter next year?
Well,
Hey, that's not my guess. That's a Raiders.
But what's
call.
his contract? Like, did he? Is
I mean,
his
I think
fir-
you
is
keep
his-
him. You
but-
can keep
but-
him on the
yeah.
roster.
But what you could also do is if they didn't like, I don't know when the declining the 5th-year option thing is done, but I assume they declined his 5th-year option. He's going to be a free agent, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe you trade him in the offseason if he does really well, but
I
don't
think
know.
if you're the Raiders, it's time to draft your franchise quarterback. Like, we just got to do it because we're gonna be in a great spot.
Yeah, I
to
think
do
we
it.
all thought like the Geno Smith thing. Like, I don't think they'd be great, but I thought like it wasn't the worst thing. Like short term.
I'd rather do this.
But-
I'd rather be this bad than be 8-9 and miss the playoffs.
yeah.
I'd rather
or
be
make
doing-
the playoffs every year and lose in the first
Yeah.
round. How
I'm
about
good.
that?
Yeah.
I'm good.
But no, like I honestly like, I don't think he's the best quarterback prospect in the world, but in terms of guys that are tough that don't mind getting hit, like Fernando Mendoza, I think would probably have the best chance of not being a bust.
He's not gonna be. I think he has a low ceiling. His
Yeah.
ceiling's very low, but I think at worst, I mean,
I like Mendoza.
I
You
like him
do?
too. He
Yeah.
doesn't care. He doesn't care about getting hit. He stands in the pocket.
made some
I mean,
throws.
but
He
look at that
did.
throw
Against Ohio
against. Look,
State.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
he
look at
did.
that. Like that defender was like in his face. He throws sidearm, changes his arm angle.
you know,
and
like
throws a play on 4th down.
that first play of the game, he gets hit hard, and then he comes back out
Yeah.
in the next play.
Yeah, and then he was getting interviewed like
that Ohio
for
State
somewhere.
defense, that's an NFL defense.
That's a legit
Mendoza
defense.
was
And
great.
you look at like you saw his interview like afterwards. He was like, yeah, like they were like, oh, do you think that hit was unnecessary? He was like,
He goes,
nah,
I loved it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about getting hit. Like I know the NFL caters towards offense, but he's like, I don't care. Like that was a great hit. I told him that, stuff like that.
Yeah, he made some big throws. Like
And
I was impressed.
He's
Yeah.
the guy that's not going to be a distraction off the field.
And not only that,
he's going to be a true leader for our group.
but look at the trends in the NFL. A lot of the times these guys, like look at Josh Allen, the under recruited. They come out of nowhere in college. They become the 1st-round pick. They do very well because they've already handled all that. So I think that also is a factor to put in, that he was a 2-star recruit. He played with Cal, who wasn't very good, transfers, and is a Heisman
I mean,
contender.
some of
That's
these guys are told their whole life, you're a superstar, you're all
Right.
this, but he worked his
exactly.
way up from the bottom.
That's a guy that the Raiders need. They can't have the Jamarcus Russell. Oh, I've been told I'm the best player ever all my life, and
was
then all of a
awful.
sudden you go to the NFL, and then now you're not good. Like
Kurt
you-
Signetti.
yeah. You need a guy that's already been told, hey, you're not good enough. You need that as a Raider.
How
Like
about
if you're a
worst
Raider.
opinion of all time by Paul Feinbaum. This season, he literally said, I still don't think Kurt Signetti is a good head coach.
That's insane.
He should be in the
That is
NFL,
an-
bro.
that is
He
an
should be the next head
insane-
coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, I'm not even joking.
Imagine that.
Indiana is not
Wow.
a place
He's
where
the
you
next
can
Bill
come in and
Connor.
recruit these 5-star
Yeah.
recruits. What Signetti's been doing is absolutely
And
He
this
doesn't put
short
up with
amount of
stuff.
time.
He doesn't
Yeah.
put up with nonsense.
no, I agree.
So No chance though. Eagles are gonna win this game, right? We say Eagles.
Yeah.
There's
Why
a
are
lot
we
of.
even?
It's a big. This is on your thing. Raiders,
I just
Eagles.
said Raiders.
It's Eagles right
But
here.
I was like, because I was thinking about that game, but I was like,
because a lot of people were thinking the Raiders could upset, but
who would you want the Raiders' next coach to be?
Brian Dable.
I
I mean, Dable, I think he got screwed over, but that's a different.
Kurt
I would throw a bag at Freeman.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I would do that.
Interesting.
He might be an NFL guy.
I don't think he leaves Notre Dame though. I don't think he wants to leave like how this year ended.
It's not like he'd be getting paid,
Yeah.
way more in the NFL.
Notre Dame's they got money.
All right, Bears, contenders or pretenders? I think they're contenders now.
I think-
That
I
was
don't
the
think-
best loss.
I don't see them reaching a Super Bowl, but like I
Yeah.
think they can win a playoff.
they're
game.
They're
home, dude.
contenders.
They can give the Seahawks or the Rams some fits.
Yes.
If they're at Philadelphia.
Ben Johnson
Yeah.
is just an incredible
I'd put
coach.
them at the middle because if we're talking about contenders, like, oh, they have a chance to truly contend for a Super Bowl, I'd say no. But at the same time, I don't think they'll be an easy one and done, lose by
They're
20.
not a team that's going to get blown out.
Right.
They're
So I don't know how I'd say in the
out-coached
middle.
or out-schemed.
Right. So I'd say in the middle because, like, it could go either
Yeah,
way.
I mean, I think if they play at Philadelphia first round, like they already just took their soul a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think that's a very winnable game. But if they're like, that's why like you really want to win these divisions because you can be a home team for a while. Like if you got to play at the Rams or something, like that's going to be really tough. Or at
Yeah.
Seattle if you're the Bears. But great season. I mean, a lot of people were thinking 8-9, something like that for the Bears this year. They've been really.
I mean, they got a great run game.
And they've been tough.
it
Yeah, they-
eases
That's
the
what's
pre-
unbelievable. Everyone knows it's coming, and Johnson, their O-line has been incredible. That speaks to coaching.
And that's how you stay in games. That's how they've been able to win a lot of these games and stay in them because they can run the ball and control the clock.
And our friend
And it's
Colin-
amazing what happens when you don't turn over the football.
And Caleb doesn't turn it
Yeah.
over.
He
Yeah.
has to work on the
Our-
completion percentage.
Right.
Our friend Colin Coward made an interesting comparison. Because everyone thinks of Josh Allen as a superstar now. But if you remember him in the first couple years in the league, it was like
A lot of
this
picks.
He
guy's a
completed under
freak.
60%.
This guy's a freak, but he completed he was just erratic. But when he got outside the pocket, he did some special things. And I think that's what Caleb Williams is right now. And that's what Colin Coward was saying. So if he just keeps working with Ben Johnson, like Caleb Williams has, and he's not as big, right, and physical as Josh Allen, but he has the Josh Allen potential with that arm. I mean, I think he has the strongest arm in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Goff did with Ben Johnson. Like, it took him a year, then
Yeah.
he just took off.
Right.
To a top 10 quarterback,
Yeah.
just like that.
And he's
And we know
strictly
that
pocket
Caleb Williams
guy.
is
Yeah.
way more talented
Yeah.
than Jared
Yeah,
Goff.
Goff's a
Yeah.
strictly
So-
pocket guy.
Yeah.
And he's
Right.
had success, but
I'm excited for Caleb Williams.
it'll be good to
generally.
see the Bears in the play. They're one of those franchise. They got to be in the playoffs.
Now,
more
here's the
everything.
thing, though. They're currently the 7th seed because the Seahawks are over them.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, they're going to have a better record than San Francisco, I think.
I think they play each other. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they play each other.
yeah. I think
San
both make the
Francisco has some
playoffs,
easy.
but
They've had a
Yeah.
That's what we said before.
San
That
Francisco-
might be a pretender.
San Francisco is a pretender.
Yeah.
They're,
Think so?
no, they're
It's just too
they
many
just have an easy
injuries.
schedule.
Yeah, it's just.
And you got to give
It's
Robert
weird.
Saleh and Shanahan credit for what they've done, but
That's
they're
the
winning.
coach I want for the
Robert
Raiders.
Saleh, that'd be great. I think he deserves. He got
yeah,
screwed by the Jets.
He 100% got screwed.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
If you
a
look
bad
at what he
coach.
did there.
Yeah.
That's so much better than what everybody else has
Yeah.
done. With the Jets.
That's-
And his
that-
defense was
That's
good.
the answer, Peyton.
How many coordinators probably passed up on being interviewed by the Jets because they'd rather be in a good situation that's not.
Because sometimes these coaches only get one shot. And if you go with the Jets, I mean, that's your last shot.
Well, if you're the Raiders
Yeah.
and you can fix that defense, a little bit like with a solid,
Yeah.
he elevates the talent like defense. That's what he's done
Yeah.
this year with San Francisco. But yeah, I mean they're going to be on the road somewhere in the playoff.
Little
game. They're not
Brock on
winning.
the road, especially in the cold.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah, I agree. We think Packers are contenders. I mean that's pretty
Yeah.
clear.
They had some goofy losses, but
Yeah.
here's what's changed though
in a
over the
big
last
spot,
few weeks.
They're throwing the ball a lot
Yes,
more.
Matt LaFleur is trusting Jordan Love, and I think he was like, we need to run the ball, not turn the ball over. But like,
He clutched up.
you have to allow Jordan Love to be the guy. You're paying him too much money. So what if he throws some picks? Like, this is what you're paying him to do, and they're finally adjusting to life without Tucker Kraft as well. Like we're seeing Christian Watson step up.
You guys are stepping up. The guy from Virginia stepping up. Yeah, I mean
they got Jaden Reed back.
Yeah.
So
I think
and we know how great their defense.
What about the Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young?
I think they're a team
that
they would host the playoff.
I think they're a team that could, maybe win one game, maybe have an upset.
Well, okay, but who would they play if they're the 4th seed? They
Seattle
play
or
Seattle.
the Rams.
They're not.
They beat the Rams. Hey, if it's the Rams lose the division,
but
they beat the Rams at home.
Okay, now you have to
that
give.
wouldn't do that
You have to give them credit for that game. But Stafford threw a pick 6.
Fumble. They had the fumble.
Like
late.
there was a lot of things that went their way.
Yeah.
At home in a controlled environment, the Rams are going to win that game. Same thing with Seattle and Carolina's defense. I don't know what to make of them.
It's very wishy-washy. It's
But you got to give them
I think it's
a lot of credit.
I think it's
Dave
impressive.
Canales.
Yeah, I think it's impressive what they've done this year.
How about
Absolutely.
How about Tampa? How about to the Todd Bowles coaching tree now? And I know the Bucks are not looking great right now, and Baker just keeps going through these offensive coordinators. It was who was before Liam Cohen?
Canales.
Yeah, I was gonna say wasn't
Right,
it Canales?
Liam Cohen. Oh, maybe that was just
Talk about a good job as well by Liam
That's
Cohen.
already much more
Liam
than
Cohen.
Tomlin's ever had with a coaching tree. I think that's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
it kind of puts it in perspective. Nobody brings that up, by the way. The national media, they won't bring that up. They
They don't bring anything up.
McVay's coaching tree. Look at this and everything. Shanahan. What about Mike Tomlin's coaching?
What was the last?
19 years.
What was his name? He was like the Chargers head coach, Wisenhunt.
Ken
Was that the
Wisenhunt.
last coach from the coaching tree of Tomlin?
Was he?
Coach?
But was he Carr?
Or was it Bruce Arians? Would Bruce Arians be that?
Technically, yeah.
That's embarrassing. That's a long time ago.
That was
Wasn't he kind of
offense.
forward?
Yeah.
What happened with Bruce? Why did he leave? Like,
Well, he had
He's
medical
on TV
stuff.
now.
Well,
So
didn't he
was
have like
Steelers
medical
stuff.
concerns and he had to retire or something like that?
Well, I know.
Or was that with the
no.
Cardinals that he
No,
did
you're
that with?
thinking of Chuck Pagan.
Chuck Pagano.
Pagano.
I thought it was with,
Yeah,
Well,
and then
with Arians, at least
took
one-
over for Chuck Pagano in Indianapolis.
but like I feel like Arians did that once, whether it was with the Cardinals or the Bucks, where he retired from health stuff and then he came
well,
back.
no, but Arians was old, right? And Brady was like, "We need a change."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like with the Cardinals, because then he retired with
It's
the Cardinals. He didn't get fired from the Cardinals. He retired.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know.
I'll have to look that up at some point.
All right, let's move to the
Great
AFC
coach.
quickly.
Yeah.
That's the NFC is kind of like I have it kind of figured out. The AFC, I still don't. I don't.
Are the I feel like the Patriots, they're gonna have home games. I think they're running the ball better. Drake May is that guy.
If
Yeah.
I think the two obviously the two teams at the top right now are New England and Denver.
Broncos are home underdogs too this week.
Like-
against Packers.
Now Denver's gonna win their division.
I think it's already,
New
it's
England,
already
Buffalo
a lot.
could
right?
pull it out,
Denver,
but Buffalo would
but
have to
they'd have to
be.
win.
They'd have to win this week.
Yeah.
But between New England and Denver, because I think there's kind of a sense around the league that like these teams are having incredible seasons, but are they really a threat in the playoffs? I don't know that. But between New England and Denver, I'm picking New England
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
because I think Drake May has taken a huge leap. I think I think that's what it comes down to for me is the quarterback. I trust Drake May more than
They
Bo
need.
Nix.
Yeah,
They
he's
need.
been phenomenal.
And I
Diggs
mean,
to step
Gillette
up.
Stadium, that's a tough Foxborough. That's going to be a
Yeah.
tough place to play.
Yeah.
I mean, Denver
Cold.
is
Later in
too.
the
They're
year.
both tough places to play. That's the thing. And like the Broncos have done such a good job of winning these close games. I feel like there's gonna be a team that outplays them like on the road, but the Broncos still win like 20-19 or something. That's like my thing with Denver. Like I think this year, like Sean Payton, like I think if they
They're
play.
kind of having a Vikings 2 years ago run.
Yeah. Well,
a
do
good call.
what are the Broncos? Their point differential is it like very close? Like how is that?
It's a good- I
Because the
don't know.
Vikings had almost a
do you
negative.
think Bo Nix is their guy long term?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd still think so. I mean, you can't argue with winning.
He's
Especially
made
at this
some
degree.
big plays.
Yeah.
He's made some big plays. In some moments.
Yeah, it's not like he's just been this game manager who's been getting by. Like he's been doing well.
He
think.
has a ceiling, but like he's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Trying to pull up the standings here. Oh my lord, ESPN doesn't want to do nothing. Okay, and it's a lower point. It's not negative, but it's probably like plus 30 or plus 50.
All right,
But,
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, I don't know my ESPN app just crashed on me for no reason. But what about Jackson?
Plus 73.
Plus 70. Okay, I mean that's not terrible. Steelers are minus. I mean, but that's not saying anything. But
-3.
Yeah.
What do you think the Raiders are?
Minus 150 something.
I don't even. I'm not good with these. I have no idea.
-69.
Oh, with point differential?
Yeah.
You mean? Oh, okay.
But that's not even.
It's going to be
Imagine-
169.
125.
136 minus.
Dang.
And they made it close last week, but that was a blowout performance,
It was.
with Denver. But what do we think of Jacksonville? Like, do we think if they win the division, they get a home playoff?
I'm
game?
gonna say they're pretenders, but this is a great season for them. They have their guy at head coach for the first time
Dude,
since before
they
we were born.
so awful last year, and the crazy thing is their quarterback has not been good, and they're still doing this.
They'll
now, Trevor
probably-
Lawrence, to his credit, has been better lately.
Jacoby
but-
Myers, what a huge pickup for them.
Yeah.
He's been
been good,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars will probably be one and done in the playoffs, but this is 100%.
That's a step forward.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is 100% a successful season.
If it's Bills Jaguars, I just don't
I think
trust the Bills this year. Like,
if the Jacksonville doesn't win their division, I don't think they. But if they win their division, if they're at home, then I think there's a chance.
Yeah.
Because the AFC is so weak.
there's not there's not
I
that
trust
team.
Houston more on the road to do something than Jacksonville.
Yeah.
If actually what may happen, whoever wins that division will fit. So let's just say Jacksonville wins that division, they'll play Houston at home or vice
Oh,
versa.
wouldn't that be something?
I think that might
I
happen.
really like Houston. I really
I do too.
Their
Yeah,
defense is-
Yeah.
I know it's just like
they have a deficiency on offense. And
Yeah.
it's a glaring.
I just
I mean,
feel
I
like
look at the quarterbacks in the top, like you look Bo Nix, Drake May, those are young quarterbacks going against an amazing defense in the playoffs in their first.
the NFC is going to be favored unless something crazy happens. The NFC is going to be favored in the
Oh,
Super
for
Bowl.
sure,
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Like Buffalo, look, they don't have the Chiefs thing hanging over. I mean, assuming the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, they're not going to have to face the Chiefs.
Sean McDermott's on thin ice
But
this year.
Sean McDermott is a joke. Their defense is a joke. Josh Allen has no weapons. It's literally the Josh Allen show.
They could have got weapons. They didn't do anything at the trade deadline.
Could he take them to the Super Bowl in the AFC just by being incredibly amazing? Yes.
But you can't beat whoever comes out.
You can't just rely on that. You have to have a team. It's just
Who's
you
the
know.
best team in the AFC?
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could. I think it could be used.
No.
Like aside from
I
if
think
it
they
could
had
be
a
Houston.
line, if they had a line,
My
it could
eyes are
be.
going to be on this New England Buffalo game because if New England really takes care of business again against Buffalo, to
I don't
me
know
they're
what
the
to make
best
of that
team.
game at all. That's one of those things.
I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch that game because, I still think Buffalo, their defense is just so horrendous, and it's they gotta play conservative. The Bengals are just so awful they're just so bad defensively. Josh Allen could run the ball around, but Shakir's a nice two, but Keon
Coleman, that's a first round
He's a
pick.
good-
And
Goofball.
Coleman has the opportunity to get so many targets on that
In his
offense.
pre-draft meetings with the Bills, he's literally acting like a goofball, and
Yeah.
they still drafted him.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, we have no idea. New England, they loaded up on defense in the offseason. That's paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Denver's defense is obviously elite. You look at Houston and Denver really similar to me, but it's
One has had more luck, and you have to remember Houston has had a very tough schedule.
bro, they've won.
They started 0-3.
Yeah.
This is the second year in a row, or I'm sorry, this is the second. There's been one team. There was one team in NFL history who started 0-3 and made the playoffs, and it was Houston in 2011. So they're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah.
It's like a Houston thing.
They just need 2 more wins, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough for Indianapolis because they started so well that everything's just unraveled.
That trade.
Philip
We're gonna
Rivers, baby.
We're gonna be looking back at that trade.
We could be.
If he leaves-
and I didn't mind it at the time, but now the circumstance is completely different.
Can Philip Rivers survive a game in the NFL?
If the Colts make the playoffs,
and Philip Rivers,
He's the
what
Hall
a
of Famer.
story.
Oh yeah.
you got to put him in the Hall
Well,
of
this
Fame.
is probably why Rivers wants to come back because now he's almost up for the NFL Hall of Fame induction. He wants
But they're
that,
not gonna-
but they're not going to do anything. But him in his mind is probably This is gonna be my last chance to have a Super Bowl.
I
He's
think
got a
him.
legit team around him.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a legit team.
This could be like a movie one day if he does well with the Colts here. Like,
Yeah.
If they
but I
do
just
something
don't
this week,
physically bro, he's not in shape. Like, how is this gonna
There's
happen?
no way he's been throwing
But-
many footballs.
but
in
I'm
all
saying
5
like
years.
he's never been in shape. Like he's never been like a moving
He's been
around
kind of
guy.
a Roethlisberger.
But my
Roethlisberger in his
concern,
prime.
my
was-
concern is
yeah.
like he was throwing some wobblers. You know, I don't know if that arm
Yeah.
like.
Well, I saw a clip. Greg Cosell was saying, like, at the end of his career 5 years ago, like, his arm was an issue.
I
5 years
remember,
ago. Yeah.
Like, that's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
think the reason they brought him in is because they don't trust Riley Leonard to
he's hurt
see the
too.
field.
Well, at
But he
least
was
with-
at practice, Riley Leonard. So
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't got confirmation that it's going to be Rivers, but it just seems like it's
Seems
gonna
like
be
it
that way.
is. Seems
Yeah.
like it is going to be Rivers.
That'll-
But like
Yeah.
at least Rivers, even if he can't throw the ball far, he'll make better decisions. I
Right,
guess.
that's what they're
So that's
counting
probably
on.
what they're thinking.
And they're saying,
it's
hey,
weird.
if he throws the ball 20 times and we feed Jonathan Taylor and control the clock,
maybe they'll
but their
make- sneak in
schedule
the
is
playoffs.
their remaining schedule.
Yeah, they play
Seattle's defense, Houston's defense,
Yeah.
Jacksonville's defense, which has improved. Who is Jacksonville's defensive coordinator? Because I know we give a lot of credit to Liam Cohen, but that Jacksonville defense last year was horrendous. I think the worst in the league, and they became the team that has forced the most turnovers in the NFL.
Yeah,
they're
at
up
least
there.
close, Yeah.
And credit to that coaching staff and Liam Cohen. Then that brings me up to another question. Who is coach of the year? I feel like there's so many good contenders. I mean, Mike Vrabel, if the New England wins that division, I think
Gotta
Mike
be.
Vrabel's probably the favorite.
Right.
But Liam Cohen deserves recognition.
Mike Tomlin deserves recognition.
You can even
obviously.
say the Seahawks head coach too,
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel, yeah.
and even Shanahan,
Aaron
low-key, with all the
Rodgers
injuries.
should be coach of the year because he has to coach this offense.
He's coordinator of the year. He's the offense.
Yeah.
But I think in the NFC, Canales has to get if they
Oh,
win the
yeah,
division.
that's right.
Canales, but you gotta look at like McVay. The NFC, like there's not as many like big time, storyline. Like
Excuse me?
Do you still hear me well?
yeah,
All right, I just turned you guys down a little bit.
Excuse me. You didn't ask. That's very elitist.
Wow.
I know. I think he just turned me down. I think that was very disrespectful. No, you didn't. Actually,
Orange,
no, you
you
didn't.
turned yourself down.
All right.
You.
Yeah. Oh, you have to like. Switch
Oh, is
those
it that?
things. Yeah.
Okay. That's whatever.
Okay, well we're wrapping
I'm
up
losing
here.
my
But,
mind.
we're losing our mind.
I lost
here.
my mind an hour ago.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
I got one more question for you, gentlemen.
Yes.
Do the Chiefs win this weekend and keep their playoff hopes alive?
Who are they playing?
They play the Chargers. That line is Chiefs -6.
Well, it's so hard for a
Arrowhead.
team to sweep an opponent, especially a team that doesn't suck. That's gonna be interesting.
I don't know what to
They
make of
might
this
suck,
game.
Yeah.
though.
Vegas
Well,
this week. I
I know the Chiefs are a lot worse than they should be, but like they don't suck. Like this, it's
Yeah.
not like.
That might be a prime upset pick for us. Chargers.
Wait, the Chargers are
They're 6-point underdogs.
Yeah.
the Chargers are.
I know it's on the road, but like he used to
That's
just beat
still
them.
significant. I mean, are they really betting that it's going to be tough for the Chargers to sweep a team like the Chiefs in the same?
But like that line, like that's
Yeah, Herbert
that's
was
like an
running
easy
for his
Chargers
life.
Yeah,
cover.
yeah.
That's an
That's
easy
a stay.
cover.
That's a stay away
Look,
for me.
look. All I know is we're not getting a Chiefs Eagles rematch, and we don't want to see rematches. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on not wanting to see
I
a
love
Super Bowl
dynasties.
rematch?
I don't know.
I hate dynasties in the
I love the
NFL.
dynasty sometimes.
I like a new team winning every year. I don't
which
even
is
care
which
if
is
it's a rematch.
why Miami Texas A&M is going to be the most highly rated college football game in terms of ratings because it's not a rematch.
I would say that.
should have been my point
But
earlier.
but
if
the
I could have
but if
fought
we're
for
talking about
myself.
rematches,
moved
that
on.
Notre Dame and Ohio State, that's the one we wouldn't want.
We've moved
At the
I'll
end of
move on
finals.
when I want to move on.
I think Alabama, Oklahoma is going to get great ratings. I don't know. I don't know what you're.
Yeah, Oklahoma and their shitty quarterback and shitty offense.
Bro,
and
Oh.
Alabama,
you're just.
Ty Simpson can't throw.
You're
apparently.
reaching. You're reaching for something.
I'm not reaching. I'm
Yeah,
just
you're-
stating the facts here.
You're gonna be locked on those ratings when they come out to make because it's just to prove a point.
No, I will not.
I'd
When we
rather
leave
watch-
this room, I will just
There's
forget
no
that
way
this
that-
ever happened.
There's no way an ACC team has better ratings than Bama, Oklahoma. I don't think
Well,
so.
Miami's a bigger.
Miami's
yeah,
a big
I don't
brand,
think.
bro.
Yeah, I think you're disrespecting.
But
the
why
SEC
is college football game day? They're going to be there for that game because it's a new opponent. You know, it's a new matchup.
Lions have a chance against the Rams this week?
I'd say
Yeah, I do. I do think so.
Their defense is really bad this year. I mean, I was giving what's his name credit, Shepard. I was giving him credit early in because they had that big Ravens win. Turns out that everybody's beating the Ravens.
Steelers are beating their.
Why are we talking about random games this week?
Bro, that's a big Lions. I'm just saying Lions Rams. That's a big. We got to talk about some.
Where are we
he's the
going
host.
here?
Well, the
Where are we
Lions-
going?
host.
Where are we
He's the
going
host.
here?
Questioning
That's what I'm
the host.
wondering. I'm questioning your hosting right now. What is happening?
You
How
wanna
are we
host?
ending this
You wanna
episode?
Well, the Lions, if they lose, like them in the
No.
playoffs, is
No question though.
This is a big game.
It was
We're
locked in.
I'm talking about big games here. Lions.
Listen.
You handed me the thing to host. And
Well, it's time to wrap it up, I think.
Okay, you want to wrap? Are we good? Lions, okay.
That'll
Where are we
be a
at?
good game. That'll be a good game.
Packers, Broncos.
No, that was a good game too. It'll be fun.
Is that disrespectful of the Broncos to be underdogs at home?
No.
I don't think so. Packers are
No.
a great team.
Yeah. They're my
What do they
number
think
one
doing
team in the
anything?
NFC going into
I don't know
the
what
year,
to make
by
of
the
that
way.
game. Like honestly, like the
Yeah,
Broncos.
I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jake?
I said that in the chat last. Is like Packers could get the number one seed.
I said that before Parsons got
Oh yeah,
traded.
because I mean, Rams
So-
and Seahawks play each other.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine if they just beat the Cow. I mean, but they still have 3 losses. But like,
Yeah.
they just blew that Cowboys game.
Yeah.
But
Well, they lost, but they lost to Carolina, Cleveland.
But now Carolina,
Yeah.
that's
And then
not
they
the
lost
worst
10
loss
to
in the
7
world.
to
Browns,
Eagles.
yeah.
yeah, those are the bigger ones for sure. But anything else you want to add? What an episode today, Brian Cashman
Mm-hmm.
joining us. We had good fun here. We had some bad takes.
You were
We had
very
some good takes.
no, he was
had some bad-
disrespectful. You let the man. You have a bad take. You let the man finish the take, and that's not what happened
That
here.
wasn't just me. Everybody was chiming in.
Well, I didn't say anything. I was laughing
you were
Y'all were
because
just
of the.
laughing. He
Well, I
kept
was laughing more
interrupting
at
me.
the exchange. I
I
wasn't
kinda-
laughing
No,
at
he was a little
specific person.
I
disrespectful.
kind of
as well.
was. Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at a person. I was just laughing at the exchange.
like-
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
funny.
I was
It
just-
was funny. It was funny.
We
I
were
liked
we
it.
were moving on from college, and then you had
Peyton
that
literally
thing.
said you have no share in this podcast.
That's
Well,
not what I was saying.
that was a little
That's not what I'm
disrespectful. No, I'm
saying.
just kidding.
And you were let's be honest.
You were disrespectful. That's the
You
whole
were
point
you
of
were
the
on
story.
quit watch. You were on quit watch after that. I saw you were slumping here. You were like, here you
I
can
am
host
on-
now. You can host.
Yeah, you can't because
And you were just- you were just-
if you're gonna interrupt me, then you host. You host then.
I
now
actually
on.
thought you might not have said it because you didn't have any opinion on Stuart Skinner. That's your
don't.
guy.
I don't have any opinion.
Yeah,
Guy.
bro. Before the you were like, we got to talk about Stuart Skinner, and now you have no opinion.
I don't.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of We Are Family. It was a great content episode. We're gonna get that pod games. We're gonna get that out soon. Jake Bell's. I mean, he's loving what he's doing.
I
with
am.
that.
This is the greatest thing
He's
I think
absolutely
I've ever
cooking
did.
with that. So we'll have that out whenever. No rush on it because I have a shift. They're not even looking at that right now, from what I've heard.
No, they don't want to look at it.
They don't want. Well, I didn't want to say it, but they don't want to look at the tape. Cash and so he was
I
on
mean,
the
they didn't
team.
even know what they were looking at on the field. So.
Wow, that's a crazy thing.
Disrespecting your own team that you
Yeah.
carry,
I mean-
but you had to carry them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what to add to that. So, Pod games coming up.
Da 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 da. We're waiting to end this podcast episode.
I'm wrapping
Will
it up.
it ever end today? Bum bum.
You don't get to be disrespectful.
Bum. You were disrespectful, so now I'm just being disrespectful.
I had the right take.
It's
You-
like it's
No,
like
you
we're-
were disrespectful.
It's like we're waiting for a second point of his argument. That's what's.
But now it's him. Now it's with him.
Bro, I was talking. You just started go. I was wrapping it up, and you started.
But
You're being disrespectful.
The people are gonna make the decision who's disrespectful.
We should have a poll.
I'm fairly certain overwhelming is gonna be you because you were just. It was
well,
a bad
I
take.
think you were disrespectful, but now I'm being disrespectful because you were disrespectful.
No,
So
but-
it's both.
Well, you didn't.
Ah,
Okay.
You gotta
This
be
is why-
you gotta
this-
be Narduzzi discipline.
This is like this
And
is
you were
why.
saying some negative things of.
Well, this is why we are
Williams
family
can't
because we
catch a
argue
catch.
like brothers. We bicker like brothers, but we love each other.
Well, he was
So
like,
that's the
but he was-
dynamic.
do we?
We do. We do. Deep
I
down.
love Jake Bell. That's about it.
Doesn't like Cashman.
I don't like you. I don't like most people.
Well, see, the difference is...
I printed that QR code out for you. Let's not forget that.
Oh, yeah, he was...
you were Atlanta. That was somebody else.
Well, he had to get bailed out by an individual for one of the easier parts of the assignment. I'm gonna be honest.
Let's be nice. Let's be nice now.
Okay, wrapping it up.
Everyone's logged off now.
If we're being honest, nobody made it past 30 minutes. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Like we said, pod games coming up in the near future whenever. We're going to be virtual, a little bit, some virtual action. We love the feedback. You guys love virtual. No, you really don't. But we're going to do virtual either way because we're going to be on break. We're not going to be here probably unless we are. I don't see that happening. But it sounded like we weren't going to be here. So, and I just want to make a point because
oh, brother. Good God, man.
I've been terrible in picks all year.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy.
I show up every week and I do the picks, okay?
Congrats. Do you want a participation trophy?
I think you did say off air. You did say off air like, "Oh, I'm done with the picks."
No, but that was like
he literally he's been saying the last 5 weeks he wants to quit the picks.
Yeah. But I don't quit the picks. I don't quit the picks. You quit the show.
I didn't quit the show.
Jeez.
You didn't. You quit
I did not quit the show. If I quit the show, I would have got up and left. I did not quit the show.
Well, you just sat there and you were like putting your microphone on your stomach and you were like...
Because it was relaxing. I'm still making points. Was I not making points?
You didn't make points for a good 10 minutes. There was 10 minutes where you didn't say nothing. You were like...
I never had my arms crossed at any point.
Yeah, but we kind of felt the energy.
See, he's trying to get the last, he's been kind of getting cooked the last 5 minutes, and now he's trying to, wrap it up. To wrap it up in his favor.
No,
now.
I haven't been cooked at all. I've resoundingly dominated.
We need to make a poll. We need to make a poll.
Why are you trying to dominate me, Nate? Don't do that.
Don't ever say that.
That's what you just said.
I did not. I've resoundingly dominated.
Did you not say that?
Yeah, but you said don't. What's the way you said that was not.
Well, I'm just reiterating what you said.
But thank you everyone for tuning in. I resoundingly dominated the conversation between me and Pirate.
Oh, you did. I mean, when you interrupt somebody, you dominate it. I mean, that's
you gotta dominate when you're the host, though. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta have a grip on what we're talking about. So good job, Nate.
I'm just
general manager of the New York Yankees. I mean, I
think he did a great job.
I'm just giving him some flowers here.
Yeah, I was thrown into the fire too. I'm here usually host, and I'm never prepared.
You handled adversity.
You had to be faced some adversity after the disrespect that was shown. You handled it well. I'll give you that credit.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you about you're comparable to Shedeur Sanders. How about that?
That's a great comparison. I love Shedeur, and I think we've been very high on Shedeur.
Because Shedeur could be a little disrespectful, but we like Shedeur.
Yeah.
I can't. I have said my opinions, but he has been the best quarterback on the Browns roster. I will admit that. I'm a man of honesty.
Look at that.
And he's been the best quarterback.
Being very honest right now.
I was saying how overhyped he was, stuff like that. But I will give him his flowers.
This is why you extend the podcast, because we get moments like this. See, that'll do it this week officially. We're officially done. We're on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. We'll get some picks shorts out. Follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Because we want to grow. We're growing here, and this was a great episode, I think, with Brian Cashman. So fiery episode at times, but a great time. This is disrespectful.
Wow.
This is disrespectful. We're
is
even.
That Kyle Tucker?
We're even in the disrespect. That's a great point, Brian Cashman. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you for having me.